Alright. Do you want me to mute myself, by the way, Jay?
Yeah, mute yourself.
Yeah, I'll mute myself.
Uh, do you have a YouTube channel?
Uh, I do, but it's usually just for commenting and stuff like that.
Oh, cause I tried to search you by name and nothing popped up.
Yeah, it doesn't. I've not released anything or anything like that. I'm usually only on Twitter and stuff like that.
Okay, let's see. The file is too big. Okay, let's see. Please. Let me get this shit out of the way. There we go. Okay. Discord debate number. Let me see. Not bad. Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I do have my mic near my keyboard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm mostly commenting for the guy that complained about. It is my bad. I do have the world's loudest fucking memory keyboard.
We're live. Okay, let's see how we're gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna share the link out, and then after I do that, we can get started. So give me about maybe about 2-3 minutes. Might be shorter than that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll share the stream out onto my Twitter as well, just for them lot. Let me just send the stream link to myself real quick.
Let's see, we got that done. 2 more.
I am back. Yo, y'all can hear me?
Who's that?
Oh, that's me. What's good, Jay? I told you I'd be back.
Yeah, mute your mic.
Wow, what happened? It's loud?
No, because we about to do this debate. It's going to be me versus him.
Oh, okay,
Ew.
okay. My bad. All right, go ahead.
Fucking hell.
Let me see. Okay. Where is this? Nothing. Nothing there. Demo part 3. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, ready to go?
I've been ready. I've got myself a cup. I've got myself.
Let's get started before it gets too late.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here to debate about the importance of exclusivity and why it's all right for companies that fund projects by companies that own these studios should be entitled to keep their own games. They shouldn't have to give them away to basically a fan base that doesn't exist. I understand when games go to another platform and they do better on multiple platforms than if they did on one platform, but there's sometimes a game is on one platform, it does very well. The game gets re-released on another platform, it doesn't do well, and it doesn't even equal to the amount of sales that it originally got as an exclusive, which I've saw many times this gen. Again, I talk about this generation because last gen nobody cared that game consoles had exclusives. There was no chatter, there was no talk. Again, a lot of you guys were younger 7 years ago, so a lot of you guys I would have never talked to, I would have never saw. But I say around 2015 to 2016, a lot of different factions in the YouTube gaming community and the Twitter gaming community came out at me and came at me about being anti-consumer, anti-gamer, and this is hopefully gonna be a great debate, so I can understand again, why is it so bad now when it's always happened. Exclusives have been around forever when it comes to gaming, and as far as any other aspect of business, you need that to drive sales. Nobody's going to look in your direction if you look exactly like everybody else. That's why I have my own style. Questions? Anything you want to start?
Yeah, I'll make my argument now. So, when we're talking about exclusives, we have to talk about the console itself, specifically because that's what the exclusives are trying to sell. We can both agree to this?
Yep.
So, with economics, you have a specific concept known as marginal utility. This is the subjective value the consumer themselves has over a specific product. So think of it very much like value. So a console has a specific amount of value on its own. How companies like Nintendo and Sony and the like see with those, the base hardware does not typically end up equaling the usual price they have, especially at launch, which is why they have exclusives to build up that marginal utility. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
That is both a lazy and a stopgap for that specific industry type. When it comes to exclusivity, What it does is it artificially increases the marginal utility of an otherwise less value specific device. So if your phone, for example, had it so that it was the only thing that can run a specific app, the hardware in that phone could get worsened, making it cheaper for the company, but allowing it to have that same value as before. This would be a detriment to all gamers, and that's my argument against exclusivity. It's only meant as a stopgap, not as a permanent solution.
25 years of exclusivity. I wouldn't call that a stopgap. I'm pretty sure the PlayStation brand has been around longer than you've been alive. And it's almost been around longer than I've been alive, but I'm 31 years old. I started gaming with Nintendo when I've realized I was gaming at the age of 8 in 1997. Before that, before 1997, I've had interactions with the NES as well as the original gray, big, bulky Game Boy. I like to tell people 97 because I give them the respect when I open my eyes and I understand how much I love gaming. But I've had interactions with gaming way before that. And every device that I remember playing, which was a Nintendo device, it always had a game that nobody else had. Now, if you look at emulators, there's a way after the game has originally came out to get them on your platform of choice if it's a PC. But for the most part,
or you can jailbreak your console to get the old exclusives, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't do all of that. I'm a console gamer. I don't really deal with the tech side of jailbreaking, pirating, all of that stuff. But that's you.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the way that the consoles are, the way that they're sold on the Switch, you're getting Pokemon. You're getting Zelda. You're getting Mario. You've always got those games. There's no stopgap to it. Nintendo has not produced those games anywhere else. They're not going to do that. It will be the death of that company. Literally. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Without exclusive selling their hardware, they're not going to be around at all. It will end up being like Sega. So it's weird that, again, you already know my background and many others do. Being a Nintendo fan first and a PlayStation fan second, it doesn't seem like Nintendo had that problem as far as PlayStation because they were new. When Nintendo was, going into their third system, which was the 64, PlayStation was just coming out with the PlayStation. So a lot of the deals they made were timed exclusives. We just didn't know them yet. Those deals were made with third-party developers that they did not acquire, such as a game like Tekken. All of those Tekken games up until 5, I believe, were exclusive to PlayStation systems, even the ones on the PSP and I think might have been one or so on the Vita. I don't know. They were exclusive. Then they went multi-plat. They went on PC. They went on Xbox. I think there was one on a Wii U. Long story short, that's expected. There's a rumor going around with visuals saying that the Switch is getting a version of Street Fighter V. The game was already released on PC the same day. These are things I expect to happen. Crash Bandicoot, knowing the history that Universal Studios worked with Sony to get that character to be created as a way to combat Sega with Sonic and Nintendo with Mario. They needed their own character. They needed to have their own identity, their furry type of character, family-friendly, cool character. That family-friendly, cool character for PlayStation was a big partnership with Universal Studios and Naughty Dog and themselves to create Crash Bandicoot. Now, after the 3 games and the 2 spin-offs, I believe that Naughty Dog said they didn't want to do any more with that. They went on to make Jack. They did 3 games with that, and I think a racing game, which was a spinoff. They didn't want to do more to that. They went to Uncharted. After 3, they started working on The Last of Us, as you already know, they continue to move and move and move. The difference is they were built in-house by, funded by Sony. The big difference with Crash Bandicoot, it was not that. Now, growing up, I didn't know any of this information until I became an adult of what happened and why the game was exclusive and why it just recently went multi-plat when the PS2 came out. Nobody knew, that many people had hands owning that IP, and eventually it ended up in the hands of Activision. So, yeah, long story short, exclusives have been around for a very, very long time. It's not a stopgap. They're not going away. Now, the types of exclusives will definitely go away. I don't expect to see any more third-party exclusives, and I don't want to see any. I will agree with the PC community, yourself included, that I don't think Sony should make any timed exclusivity deals. If those games are going to come out on multiple platforms, they should come out on multiple platforms day and date. I want everybody, including the third-party developers attempting to make these exclusive contracts, to understand where their fan base is. They might end up finding out that people just buy their games more on PlayStation, but they should find that out equally. I don't want that. I don't want any more exclusives with those guys.
That's perfectly fine and all that. The point of me using the word stopgap there wasn't as me saying specifically that exclusives as a concept is only meant to stop some sort of... I'm not even sure what you were trying to say they were trying to stop. Regardless,
I don't think exclusivities, when it comes to a company like Sony, a company like Nintendo, the studios that they have acquired, the studios that they own, I don't believe they're magically going to tell these guys, let's take a chance on a fan base that might not actually exist. To take that big of a gamble is something that a company like those two can't do. Third-party developers, they can take that gamble. It might not pay off, and they might have to resort to making games exclusive again. Same thing happened with Neo. Neo, as you remember, it was an 8-month exclusive on PlayStation 4. It ended up going to PC with the complete edition for $50. You guys didn't support that version, so they made Neo 2 another timed exclusive. Will they put it on the PC? Probably later on, but I was expecting Neo 2 to be day and date with the PC. But due to the fact that there was no support, I don't see a reason why they should.
Okay, so Jay, you don't mind me calling you Jay, do you?
Yeah, I don't care.
Alright, so Jay, you misunderstood what I meant by stopgap. I was meaning that it was specifically a increase in value for a temporary boost in sales. Think of it like this. The PlayStation has, say, $250 worth of value in its hardware alone. Let's just go off that. Day and date, it's sold for $450. Who would buy that?
Hold on. It sold for $400.
I'm going off rough numbers in my head.
Okay,
I'm just giving a hypothetical.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Rough numbers are wrong. The system
I was
sold
going
for
off a
$400.
hypothetical.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Not
Let's just call it what it is. I deal in facts here, not hypotheticals. The system
All right,
sold
so
for $400 equally around the world.
let's go with it has $250 worth of value in its hardware, and it sold for $400. Where does that $150 come from? From the consumer's point of view.
No clue, because I'm not thinking that far ahead. I apologize, but this debate is about gamers and where they buy their games. This is not a business class, so I'm not going to be able to follow you where you're about to go. I just want to let you know before you go wherever you're about to go.
I'm just explaining the economics of it. I'm just trying to...
Again, I think we've talked about this on Discord. You're going into a debate with me as a gamer. I don't care about the business side. I care about where gamers buy their games and where we've always bought our games. We know what to expect from a brand new console.
May I ask you something? Why did you go into the IP, the intellectual property law, the stuff about how it changed hands. That's not something a gamer would care about. They care about what's on what system and why it's on that system.
Gamers go where the game is. Now,
Then
if you got
what?
a PlayStation 1 and you saw Crash Bandicoot there, and then after 3 main games, 2 spin-offs, you saw the Crash Bandicoot on the very next gaming console, which was the PS2, was not only on the PS2, it was also on the Xbox and GameCube. Again, your mind will be going a little bit crazy. Well, I don't have to buy it on PS2. What's the point of even buying it? It's not special anymore. So again, you could go and buy Xbox. You could go and get a GameCube. You wouldn't have to stay on PlayStation. You could go wherever you wanted to buy that game.
There is a big difference between that situation, Jay, specifically in the fact that you use the PS2 as an example. For the PS2 era, the thing that gave it the most marginal utility was the fact that it had a DVD player built into it. So people everywhere was able to see that, oh, it's a DVD player and it's a gaming system? Oh, I'll just get that for little Timmy and he'll be able to watch his movies and his things. What Sony did there was it added an actual useful feature towards the actual population it was trying to give. Things like VR, for example, uses its technology to create new experiences for the player. It's trying to increase its marginal utility without resorting to forcing exclusives by making it so that those games can only be played there. The difference between the two, however, because I know you're going to go with the whole, well, VR has exclusive titles such as Half-Life Alyx. The difference between that and the flat screen equivalent is that VR is its own space, its own technology, and adapting the two games wouldn't really work in that sort of situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there. What I wanted to say is you skipped the gen. If you remember correctly, PS1 started the trend with different things inside of a gaming console, except for gaming. You know, like PS1 had CDs. You could put your CD in there and you could listen to your music. PS2 followed up with that. They had DVD. Yep. PS3 followed up with that. They had Blu-ray. PS5, it's got to have 4K Blu-ray. Again, you know what you're getting if you've been a PlayStation fan from the beginning. If you've had focus on PlayStation and gaming since the beginning, you would understand that Sony was going to push the bar. You're not going into the PS2 from the PS1 just because it has a DVD player. No, you're going there because of the games. Again, we're talking about gamers, not consumers. We're talking about gamers, not moms, uncles, and dads going out to buy a console for a game for a kid that never played the PlayStation 1. We're talking about gamers that moved from the PS1 to the PS2, that played Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3, and was ready for the follow-up. Again, you're debating a gamer, not a fucking business major. We left PlayStation 1 to advance to the PS2 because of the games that we expected to get. Now, when the games we expected to get that were not found on the Sega Genesis or the Sega CD, they were not found on the Super NES or the N64, but later on the next generation of each one of those platforms, Crash Bandicoot was on another platform. It did devalue the system with that one game in mind. But did it make up for it? Yes, because the makers of Crash Bandicoot that weren't making Crash Bandicoot anymore, they came out with a new game. Jak and Daxter 1, 2, and 3, and Jak X. So again, you might have not knew Naughty Dog if you weren't smart enough, but you understood where they were going. That they were still going to give you quality games from that studio that nobody else could play. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot might have went multi-plat, but Naughty Dog presented the gamers with a new experience from the same minds that gave you Crash Bandicoot. Gamers continue with the PS2. It was the most sold gaming console because of the amount of games. A lot of third-party games that are now multi-plat, they started on a PS2. They got their name recognized on a PS2. Grand Theft Auto 3, for example. I believe Grand Theft Auto 3 was on PC, but when it first started out, it was on PS2 before it went to Xbox. I don't think it ever went to a Nintendo system. And the popularity of Grand Theft really just shot off. Being a three-dimensional game at that point in time and being on a PS2 first, that was a huge thing for gamers. You see what I'm saying? We don't care about the value later on. That's for people that didn't buy the system at day one. Of course the system's going to get cheap. You can buy a PS4 right now for under $150 if you're looking at the right place. We don't really care about that. Why? Because I got my PS4 in 2013, and then I got my Pro in 2016, I believe. I'm ready to go to the PS5. Day one. Whatever it costs, that's where I'm going. Why? Because I know where the games are. I know what to expect. I don't care about the business side of it.
I feel like you misunderstood me. I'm not speaking of the business side. I'm speaking from the economic side. There's a very clear difference in that. I don't care about the
economics or the business. I'm a gamer. I'm buying a system to play video games.
Explain.
Okay, but let me help you understand. Do you understand I'm buying these consoles to play the games? Not because of its value, not because it does this or that. I am buying these gaming consoles to play the video games that I grew up playing, or the studios that I now know and have a relationship with some of these developers that I know by name. I'm buying a new system for games. I don't care about the economics or the business side. That I'm just letting you know so you don't get off a topic again. I'm not buying it for economics. I'm not buying it for business. I'm buying it for games. That's it. I'm a gamer. I play video games.
Are you done with your little rant?
I'm not done with the rant. I just want you to understand what's going on. So are you going to go back to economics? Because we can end the debate off of that. Because that's not where we're supposed to be going. We're supposed to be talking about games. Where do gamers go to play these games? Mario, Nintendo, Halo used to be only on Xbox, now it's on PC. PlayStation. Fuck, what does PlayStation have? My fucking controller's in my hand. PlayStation, Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 4, Infamous, Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank, Little Big Planet, Dreams, Knack, Wipeout, Last of Us, The Order, Killzone. Shadow of Colossus, Days Gone. I deleted a couple of the other ones, but you know what PlayStation stands for. It used to stand for Kingdom Hearts, but now Kingdom Hearts is, of course, multiplat. That was about roughly under 20 years ago, where if you looked at Kingdom Hearts, you know what system to buy it for. There was only one system you could play Kingdom Hearts on. So again, gamers go where the games are. Gamers are not caring about the economics or how it's going to be worth something or the technology inside of it. They're going where the games are. They buy these systems for the games. You can ask anybody in the comment section that's not a PC fan. Gamers are really going to buy these systems for the games.
Jay, may I make my point now?
Yes.
When I started gaming, I think it was off a friend's NES, I believe. I can't remember back then. Memory problems goes back years, but every point in my life, I've had either a controller or a keyboard and mouse or whatever. I have watched less than 10 movies in my life. I have only ever read to learn stuff like textbooks and the like. I only really play games. The marginal utility of a console, for me, is just what I can play and what sort of settings it plays it at. Sort of graphical fidelity it plays, stuff like that. You can understand that point of view, correct?
Sure.
When we're speaking of the importance of exclusivity, we must also take into account hardware exclusivity. You can understand that sort of thing as well, right?
I completely disagree. Because if we were talking about hardware, right? That, the game is made for, but it could be optimized for PC with no problem. Then all games will be on PC, no problem. They're already being developed using a PC, so why not put them on PC? Again,
That's not necessarily the same way it can work. For example, if the controller layout you had specifically made was something that would be more ergonomic or provide a better experience than otherwise, and it doesn't, and if it's made in-house with your own intellectual property, that would provide a better value than any exclusive game that could have been ported over, because it would use a specific technology that you specifically have and provide the user with a greater user experience. Do you understand my point?
yep.
When I speak on exclusives, I look at it from the perspective of the consumer, which in most cases is gamers. But in cases like the PS2, where it gained an extra 68 million units, nearly 100% more than its predecessor, the PS1, with 108.5 million units. That sort of massive growth doesn't happen just because gamers saw the games. That sort of thing happens due to the console's marginal utility gaining beyond its own stature, having better results overall, having better hardware, having specific hardware that you can't get anywhere else or that is cheaper than anywhere else. When that happens, the console itself starts to push boundaries for its own point and make itself its own little market. Consoles themselves are a weird idea, but when you look at the market they try to attain, they typically go for specific people who just want to get home, play some games, and then be back into bed and go to work, whatever. What it's trying to do is a very specific market, and because of that, the way that they're doing exclusives now is only meant as a cost-cutting feature by making it so that each unit doesn't have to be as powerful. Each unit can have a weaker CPU, integrated graphics, cheaper RAM, have it so that the SSD is baked in, stuff like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, okay, so consoles, as you already know, will always be a cheaper option to gaming if you're comparing it to a gaming PC, right? But that's what they're designed for. They're not supposed to be a replacement for a PC. It doesn't matter how powerful a PS5 or Xbox Series X. You can never go out and buy those consoles and say they're a replacement for the power and the options you will get in a gaming PC. Consoles have always been an affordable option to gaming. Because back in the day when I started gaming, I didn't even know you could play games on PC until the early 2000s when I started playing RuneScape. So long story short, I understand what you're getting at. Hopefully you can be a little bit more clear on what you want as a PC gamer or what PC gaming represents. But if you believe the weakness of the systems every generation, and whatever else you don't like about consoles is gonna drive Sony to say making consoles every 6 years is not worth it. Let's just be a third-party developer and put our games on a more consumer-friendly product, which is PC gaming. That I don't believe that's gonna happen. Again, Sony and Nintendo are closer together than Microsoft is to the other two. Microsoft has an endless wallet. They lost this generation, and they're still bringing out a new console. They brought out the most powerful gaming console in the market right now with the the Xbox One X, but nobody got it. Again, they're still coming out 2 years later after that with this new, more powerful console that it seems like more people probably will just go towards the PS5. Why? Because they know what to expect, like they always did. They understand what games are going to be only on that platform. Again, some people in the gaming community that I am now a part of, they might be talking about specs. They might not know shit about what they're talking about. I know I don't know shit about these specs. I just know that there's a new PlayStation coming out, and I know there's going to be games that I can only play on there. Now, there's a different demographic ever since 2015 on my YouTube channel where I pissed off some PC fans by calling them port beggars 5 years ago. And now they tell me I'm anti-gamer and Sony keeping games that they funded, that they created specifically for this hardware. They are also anti-consumer because they won't put it on their platform of choice. Now, what if I wasn't a PlayStation fan? What if I resorted back to being a Nintendo fan? And I was mad at Sony because they didn't put Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, and Jak and Daxter on a Nintendo Switch. It's nothing I can fucking do. Nintendo won't fucking trade Mario, Zelda, and Metroid to PlayStation to get those 3 games on their platform. You understand what I'm saying? Again, it's different. It's look. It's the PC gaming market and the console gaming market is completely different. Like if I want to go build a more powerful PC, or I want to get a more powerful laptop, 2 of which options I've been looking at for over the past couple months. It depends on what I feel that I need. It won't be gaming related. It'll be more for streaming and editing, shit like that. So I don't expect to spend I'm going to be spending less than $1,000. That's what I plan on spending. But again, you don't have to go build a gaming PC for an exclusive. You probably can't name many exclusives off the top of your head that have not already been talked about. So you're buying it for the options, for the freedom, modding, specs, frame rates, resolution, shit like that. But you're not buying it for games that are tailor-made for that platform, that have not already been optimized for consoles or in the works for consoles. Because again, that's where the money is. If the money wasn't over here, if gamers wasn't buying it, there would be no point in putting simulator games on PlayStation 4 at the end of the generation. But when I go to the PlayStation store, that's all I see. You see what I'm saying? Gamers buy games. People that don't really care about gaming, they will build a PC and they might not even touch a game for a couple weeks. But over here, this is a lifestyle, You're not going to go out and buy a $300 or $400 gaming console just to let that shit collect dust and watch fucking Netflix. I know I'm not,
I had a very different experience to what you just kind of explained. Back in, I think it was back in 2014, I got myself a laptop with like Intel 3000 graphics. It was shit. It was absolute dog shit. But it was only like £100, so it was very cheap. What I did on that was I played Kerbal Space Program. I played a lot of games on it, stuff like that, and eventually I just didn't play anything on the PlayStation 4. I think I had a bit down the line. I didn't really play the PlayStation that often. All I did was watch YouTube on it and played on my laptop. That's completely different to what you've just said. So how do you reconcile that sort of?
That's who you are. You're a PC gamer. I'm a console gamer. I mean, if you think I'm gonna be able to change your mind in this debate, I know that's not happening. I don't do debates to change anybody's mind. and it would be weird for anybody to debate me thinking you can change my mind.
No, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm only here to debate our ideas and then have fun because this is actually a lot of fun for me. But
okay, look, we're different. Like you said, you
We're-
have fun
we are
doing
different.
debates. I would have fun right now watching some anime and maybe playing a Japanese RPG tailor-made for consoles. That's just me. We have different ideas of fun, and we have different priorities when it comes to video games. Your priorities are making sure you have the freedom to customize your resolution and frame rates, and the freedom to download whatever mods that are available by your community, which is something I dabbled in 2 different times. Once on PC and a good amount of times on consoles. I even have the records to prove it. Modding is fun. You know, I had to go out and buy a PC exclusive because I grew up playing that game, and I had to go back this generation and buy that game 2 times, by the way, on the PC. Once for my girlfriend at that time, and another time for myself. It was Sims 4. When Sims 4 first came out, it was a PC-only exclusive. And I grew up playing Sims. I played Sims on consoles all the time. I also played Sims on the Game Boy Advance back in the day.
What game was the specific exclusive that you had to buy?
Sims 4.
Sims 4.
When it first came out, day one.
Yeah.
Sims 4 was a PC exclusive when it first came out. I think everybody knows. I had no idea that I should, hey man, let me fucking wait and see. Now, it didn't look like it was going to get ported. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get it on PC. I'm going to play it on my laptop. And I did. I had a good amount of fun. I don't think I ever beat it. I don't know how you can beat Sims. But long story short, I dabbled in some modding there. And then many, many years before that, I dabbled in a lot of modding on my PS3. There was one game with mod support, and that was Unreal Tournament 3, which I downloaded so many mods, sometimes it would crash my PS3. But modding is fun. I understand the freedom in it, especially modding on a system that's made for modding, which is the PC. But long story short, I never got Sims 4 again. I did not pay again to play it on console. I was not going to pay full price for it again on console after I already owned the copy on PC. But long story short, you go where the games are. It doesn't really matter. Nintendo, I look over at Nintendo Switch all the time. Every week, I'm probably looking at Nintendo Switch, just really, really about to break down and spend $300 to buy that system because there are games that I cannot play on my laptop. It is too weak to run that emulator, and I don't want to do that. That's not my style. I like Nintendo enough to give them my money for what they've created. So I expect to buy a Nintendo Switch for what it is and buy those games, the ones that I love. Again, 2 different people. You got bored with consoles, I got bored with PC. But I've dabbled with it many, many times. Even before that, addicted for about 3 years straight to RuneScape. And I just couldn't, me and my friends were just fucking addicted to that game. It's crazy, man. I get addicted to a lot of MMOs. I mean, I played DC Universe online on the PS3, continue playing it on PS4. Final Fantasy 14, played it on PS3, continue playing it on PS4. MMOs are my weakness. That's why I'm also not on PC, because I would not even play most of the games that are coming out on consoles, because I would be so up to my neck with MMOs, and it would take over my life.
Yeah, I haven't really seen the MMO scene recently. I'll try and get into it. Maybe a good... Yeah, ESO is like, you pay once and then you get to play forever sort of thing. I might try.
Fucking bitch. Missed that date. Didn't I miss that date? 3 o'clock? Yeah, fucking bitch. I was supposed to meet that day. Okay, no gaming failure. Yeah. But,
Sorry.
So, you know, do you think there is any value in putting your whole library of exclusives on, people say it's not competitive. I call PC competitive because you're striving to be similar to PC with the power as well as the provided frame rates that you are supposed to have with the PS5, and we're talking about 60 frames. That's the one thing I get bashed on all the time because I game on a console. I must be playing games at 30 frames all the time, which is not true. But long story short,
Yeah, a fair
you put
few
your
of the games
over
are at
there,
like 60.
right? You put like exclusives on PC in 2020, 10 to 9 months before you're gonna bring out your new hardware. It is going to devalue the hardware before it even comes out on the market. If people, which there's been a huge uptake in PC building over the last 5 years, people will obviously build a PC to play those exclusives on the PC. So it is competitive at that point in time. You would steal money from PlayStation selling their new hardware at the end of this year if people found out that their games that they grew up playing, all of their games, will be on 2 platforms instead of 1. There will be no reason to buy a PS4 in 10 months if you could just build a good gaming PC over the course of 10 months. Which I would expect a lot of console gamers at work would be able to come up with money to build a good gaming PC over the next 10 months if we find out that games are going to PC. And again, I don't think if Sony does that, I'm just going to be honest, I would not want them to make gaming consoles anymore because it's kind of pointless. If your games are going to be able to be played at a better resolution and frame rate on the PC, it's kind of pointless to come out with a console that nobody's probably going to buy. It'll probably be their lowest selling gaming console of all time. And I don't want to see them go out that way. So,
the thing is that when we're looking at the systems in question, it's the marginal utility that we're drawing off in our heads to subconsciously see if it's fit or not. If you can see the console exclusives being on both platforms and then making you think PC's better for this, then that shows that the base platform you're going off is actually doesn't have the marginal utility to be worth its asking price. That's what I meant in the start of this. Because the actual value of the console isn't its asking price, it's a dishonest tactic to try and get your money regardless for that asking price. What they've done is they've increased the price for weaker hardware to make you as the gamer suffer the weaker resolution, the weaker frame rate, and the weaker graphical fidelity for just the games that they have. You understand what I mean? That's why I say they're bad. They're in the way of you getting the platform that would provide you with the best experience possible.
And what platform would that be?
I don't care.
That platform would not be PlayStation. Again, if they wanted to go all out and create a PC, they would create a PC. Consoles are not made to be upgraded. Again, that will make the console cost even more money. I believe that PlayStation did something like that and everybody hated them for it. They brought out the PS3 at $600. They said the real price of that technology, which again, Blu-ray was not in any console or in the homes of Americans at that time, was supposed to be $800. They sold it at $600 and they still hemorrhaged a lot of money and gamers wasn't ready to spend that much money. So I don't believe that them saying, hey bro, this is the asking price and it's gonna fucking make them lose a lot of money anyway, it's good. I mean, it's business. I mean, I've been going to McDonald's since I was a kid, right? 5 years ago, the French fries were $1, right? Maybe 6 or 7 years ago, it was on the dollar menu for $1, right? You know how much French fries are costing now?
How much?
$1.87. It might as well be $2.
Yeah, inflation.
So I mean, the value of things go up. That's business, even though they shouldn't. Even though we know the price of French fries fucking 40, 50 years ago at McDonald's probably were like, I don't know, 50 cents, maybe less, maybe 30 cents.
You have to take into account that what you're doing is you're attaching it to current values of the dollar rather than the past value of the dollar.
That's everybody in every aspect of the economy. That's everybody. Whether it's technology or food or clothing, it's everybody. Like, literally. I used to be able to go to the store and buy a shirt for $10. That same shirt, same fucking design, is now $15 or $20.
Okay, but
like,
Jay,
if you have a problem with
mistake.
Sony selling their gaming console,
you have made a mistake with your analogy there. That is not the same dollar. $1 now does not cost the same as $1 a minute ago. It's like a cent or something like that. Dear an hour ago or a minute ago.
I'm talking about years. I'm not talking about minutes or days. I'm talking about years.
Apply that over the course of a year. Apply that the course over 10 years.
Let's get down to it, because I don't have a lot of time to spend here for 5 hours to debate you going back and forth with something I have no clue. So, what should Sony sell the PS5 for with all the text that you know? If you don't know anything about the PS5, let's go down the line to the PS4. How much should it have been cost the first day? Like, what should they have charged for the PS4?
What they should have done is they should have had it so that the console itself provided the marginal utility without having to rely on stopgaps. That's all I've been saying.
What's the explain the stopgaps the PlayStation 4 used?
Anything that artificially increased the value of a console without providing that console the marginal utility it needs.
Okay, so exclusives.
Anything that does not provide it any direct value.
Okay, do exclusives provide any value for the PS4?
Yes, they do. They provide...
So exclusives should stay.
Exclusives provide... Yes, they should stay, but only for... Okay, give me a second to formulate this in my head, because lots of ideas passing by very quickly. I believe that the company should have free reign with whatever properties they own. However, what they're doing is a dishonest tactic here. That's why I'm against buying those consoles and why I'm against going up against those, getting into those ecosystems. All they're doing is they're providing hardware that is not the same. It's not enough marginal utility to provide the actual asking price. Even later into the generation, even used.
So do you have like a price of like how much they should be charging for the console?
I don't. I just have the general understanding of how much value I roughly give it and how much I would be willing to give it. I don't see a console going for that price, so I don't buy it.
And that's perfectly alright. I don't think the Switch should be $300, so guess what? I don't buy it. I won't buy it until they have a price cut, even if it's 3 years from now. I don't believe the Switch is worth $300.
That's perfectly fine. But that's when you factor in all of what it does. If we just said every exclusive matters, they should always be on the single console, nothing should give a shit about it, that would end up making us only see the console for the marginal utility of the games. That's a very, very risky business practice, considering.
Well,
especially
it's like I said, it's been there for over 25 years with PlayStation, and for Nintendo over 30 years they've done this. So you said it's a risky business practice. So why haven't both of these companies gone over? Like gone under, man. Over 20 years for PlayStation, 30
When I
years for
mean it's,
Nintendo, and they're still here. They're still here doing the same thing. Why?
when I mean that it's a risky business practice, I mean in current market, in current conditions. Simply because things like...
Okay, so it's risky now. Again, I'm just trying to get these patterns right. I found the PC community, modern day PC community at the edge of 2015 when somebody said they took my videos because they were pissed off about me saying PC port beggars, which I didn't coin the phrase. It was already. Long story short, it happened about 5 years ago that exclusives are anti-consumer, consoles are bad, they should go away. What you're saying is whatever you're saying. Most people have said it in many different terms. But it's happened over the last 5 years. So before 5 years ago, right? It was all right to do this?
No.
Okay, so why didn't I meet people like you, like, over 5 years ago? Like, I'm trying to figure this out, even with the PS3. Like, I was here on YouTube since, 2008? And I'm now finding you guys in 2015 to 2020. Like, I'm trying to figure out, why hasn't anybody told me, JTech, that exclusives are not good and it's not a good fix for the value or whatever you're trying to say. I'm trying to figure out you or people like you. I haven't saw you. Where were you guys? Why didn't you teach me this?
Well, Jay, this field of thought that I'm elaborating off is specifically not the Keynesian, it was the Austrian School of Economics. It talks about praxeology.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Look, I've told you, I've talked to other people like you, right? And they started spawning off of one individual that took my videos at the edge of 2015 after I said PC fans, no matter how much power or options they have, still have interest in console exclusives, right? That was my point. 12 months in a year, I talked about 12 exclusives that then were exclusive to the PS4 or PlayStation family, right? So after that, from 2016 to 2020, different individuals, very young, have been coming up to me trying to prove me, hey, this is wrong, Sony shouldn't do this. And I'm like, bro, I don't even work for these guys. I work in the federal government. I don't even fucking know these guys. All I know is the PlayStation brand, the family of consoles that I've supported since the handheld, right? PSP. And I know how things are for them, and I know how things are for Nintendo, and things have not changed, and it doesn't seem like it will change. Now, Microsoft has always been a software company when it comes to PC. Like, they were bound to go back to you guys anyway. But just because they did that doesn't mean everybody else should. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, again, where were you 5 years ago? Where were you 6 years ago? Like, where were people like you to tell me this was bad? I'm being taken advantage of.
Jay, I come from a school of economics known as the Austrian School of Economics.
Okay.
This mostly got popularized in America roughly when Ludwig von Mises emigrated there roughly, I think, when did he? About 1945.
Okay.
This has always been an unorthodox school of economics. This means that it's not very popular. It's not very much taught in schools, but it's fairly accurate because it's been able to show certain crashes happening, like the Great Depression, as well as the gaming crash that Nintendo gave a boost to. Though it wasn't really a gaming crash, it was a console crash because the PC market was actually booming at that time. But regardless, what's most likely happened here is people with the specific arguments I'm given, not like top hats and champagne, I think, or Rags or them law. I don't know many of their names off the top of my head. These arguments aren't off them. These are all based off Ludwig von Mises's what was it? Treatise on economic. I can't remember what his full title was. What's most likely happened here is all of the PC guys have been basing off them law. What I've been basing my thoughts and my reasoning and my explanation on is the basic philosophies of them law. Do you understand why?
So you sound similar to them, but they're ripping off this teaching from the school that you attended.
I don't sound similar to them. My arguments aren't even based in the same area as them.
Well, I mean, it's kind of alluding to exclusives are bad. You should buy a system that allows you to have freedom and for you to upgrade based on the value of whatever it's worth, not based on the value of what the company is telling you it's worth. So basically, you're saying Sony is ripping us off, right? They're giving us a weak system that shouldn't be $400. It should be whatever it is, and that exclusives are there to boost the value of the console. But after exclusives, let's say Horizon Zero Dawn has been out for 3-4 years, there's no reason for the game to be exclusive. I don't know. After that, I kind of got lost. But long story short, I don't really see what's so bad about consoles existing, doing the same thing they've done for over 20 years, 25 years with PlayStation. I don't see it. I mean, if it was so bad, Nintendo should have died long ago. Like, literally, Nintendo should have died. The GameCube was a bad system. The 64 got shitted on by the PlayStation 1, which was the very, like, I'm being honest, bro. PlayStation 1 was Sony's first attempt, and they wiped the floor with Nintendo that had been around for 2 generations prior. I mean, if everything you're saying is wrong, the gaming crash that happened many, many years ago, it should have occurred again before the Xbox even came out, before the PS3 came out, or after the PS3. Like, I'm trying to figure out where, like,
economics really work. Economics.
Okay, so what you're saying doesn't matter. Is that what you're trying to say? Because if what you're saying doesn't really matter, and there's no gaming crash, and exclusives actually are presenting value, people are going out to buy games because of name recognition, I mean, I don't see a problem.
That's not what I was saying at all. I was saying that... Okay, let me quickly formulate the thoughts in my head quickly. The point was that although there's no gaming crash in the nearby, there is probably going to be one in like 5 or 10 years, possibly. But my point is that unless a specific... The way I'm trying to say this is that marginal utility of a console should reflect its price, not the other way around.
You say what was the last thing you said?
What you mean?
Yeah, you said something about marginal utility. What do you say about that? I'm trying to read the comment section.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been mostly focusing on my arguments. My point is that what your console should do should reflect its price, not what the console can do to forcibly increase its price. The console should be just so that you can play your games how you want them, with what sort of settings you want, stuff like that. You should be able to, as a gamer, have the system you want. The company shouldn't be forcing you to choose over IPs it was able to get and stuff like that. I do believe it has the right to do so. It can, with all of its shit. I just personally believe that with the economics of it, it's not a viable alternative to actually providing the gamers the marginal utility of the actual hardware. If the hardware doesn't reflect the price, then the price is mostly there as just smoking with mirrors.
Okay. And so if you don't pay the price, you don't play the games.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, I don't really see anything wrong with that. I mean, I can't play Sunset Overdrive if I don't get a new laptop or build a PC or just go out and buy Xbox. There's no way for me to play that game. So, I mean, besides gaming, there's other people doing similar things. Even if you want to keep it to gaming, that's cool. We can keep it to gaming, but Smash Brothers is, I believe, a monopoly to a degree. I mean, it has characters that weren't in PlayStation All-Stars, like Cloud, but, you know, they put Cloud in there to make that game more attractive, but that game's only available on one platform. They put 2 characters from Castlevania, again, very attractive. Not a game that's supposed to be exclusive, but those characters are now exclusive to a fighting game with a different style. Mega Man is, you know, again, not exclusive to Nintendo, but that character, that version of the character, exclusive to that fighting game. Same thing you could say about Sonic or anybody else that's in Smash Brothers that Nintendo doesn't own. Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just want you to understand that other people are doing it, and it doesn't seem to hurt them. So why would it hurt Sony if they're the ones that made the most money from this console generation? Like, why would it hurt them now, launching the PS5 that we know is going to be more advanced? We know it's going to do 4K. We know it's going to do more 60 frames per second. I'm not promising every game, but hopefully it does at least 50% more than what it's doing now. Why is it so bad? I understand you don't want to buy consoles. You have your, you know, your opinions, and that's cool. I mean, you can go the rest of your gaming life without buying a console. I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine. The type of games you want to play are supported on the platform that you want to support. It's the same thing for me. The type of games I want to play are on the platform I plan on supporting this November, as well as this platform I've been supporting for the last 7 years. I just know what to get. I know what to expect. Right now, it's like you're trying to tell me, hey, Sony's doing this to you and they're doing that to you, but it's like, hey, bro, they're giving us what we want. It's nothing we can do to say, hey, Sony, stop charging us this money. See if you can open your platform a little bit so we can customize these frame rates and resolutions the way we want. And then they're going to turn around and say, hey, well, you can build a PC if you want to do that shit. You know? I mean, I would. I'm going to be honest. If I felt that there was some value in building a PC, not just for the gaming, for my streaming and shit, that my old-ass 2013 laptop can't fucking do, I would have spent hundreds of dollars, maybe over $1,000 on upgrading years ago. But my laptop can do what I need to do. It can stream what I need it to stream. I can search what I need to search. I can download what I need to download. It hasn't let me down. No viruses. It's been a faithful laptop, webcam and all. So I don't see a point in spending money on a new technology of a laptop, whether it was made after 2013 or in this year. I just don't see the value in it, me personally.
That's entirely fine.
Exactly. So why is it wrong that people don't want to buy the PS4 for exclusives and people do want to buy a PS4 for exclusive? Why is it wrong? I mean, we're all free here in the world.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to look at a PS4. You don't even have to look at a PS4 exclusive. It's all right.
I usually don't. I'm mostly on my computer playing Stellaris or Paladins or what was the other game I usually play? Space Hulk, Deathwing, or D&D, or any number of TTRPGs. The point I'm making is that exclusives are only meant as an artificial increase of value. And that's why it's wrong. It's only there to somehow increase the value of the cost you're doing, and it doesn't make up for that because the specific cost of the game is what eats up that marginal utility. In your head, the way you're factoring it is, this console can play these games, therefore it has this marginal utility. But when you factor in the cost of the games on top of it, you then have to rework that. But your brain won't work. Your brain doesn't do that. Normal brains don't do that. No one does that. That's the reason why it's bad. It's a psychological trick. It's a manipulation. It's not that it's wrong. It's not that it shouldn't be done. I believe it could be done at any point whatsoever. It's a business. It's got to make its money. I'm just saying that it is morally reprehensible and that we should not support such practice. That's how I usually go about it. If you want to do any of that, you're perfectly fine to do that. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop anyone for that.
Okay. So who's that? We got Kuka there and Palakis. Okay, so what do you think Sony could do to make their system more open, or their brand more open to more gamers?
The best way, I'd probably think, try to find some part of the market it can sorry, I've got phlegm build-up. It should probably find some sort of thing to latch onto to provide itself that marginal utility that it actually needs. Stuff like focusing for its PSVR, for example, or trying to find a new way of play and stuff like that. Stuff which will provide it the marginal utility of its actual cost. The way our brains work is weird, but if it can try and find something that can get it over that hump, then it would be perfectly fine by my standards, and I'd probably even buy the PS5.
So again,
you know what I mean?
What else? I'm really confused. I'm not understanding this. What is Sony going to do to make their brand more popular for them to buy, like to have you buy a PS5? Like, what is it going to do to sucker people in that are not already engaged in the ecosystem, or know of the brand, or care about the brand, or the games you can play on this brand console technology? So like, what would it have to do with the PS5 in order to get somebody like you on board?
To get me on board, what you'd need is some experience that is some experience I can't get elsewhere, and that can't be in the form of the games, because to get those games, I would normally pay for those games. I would pay for those games and I get that game. That's the transaction there. if I'm buying a console, I want that console to be able to provide me with a new experience, something I wouldn't be able to get on PC or on a different console, something that allows me to play games in a new and an interesting way. Something like VR or portability or fuck knows.
So, not games, but the experience of, and not the experience of a game. You're talking about like a gimmick.
The experience of playing the game should be different to other platforms.
And that's all. Not exclusives. Exclusives out of the question.
I don't care about exclusives. Exclusives only provide an artificial stopgap.
Okay, but most gamers don't care about the word stopgap, and they don't care. They literally are going out to buy these new systems because
the thing is that marginal utility is something everybody calculates. Everybody uses marginal utility.
I know this is not going to sound very smart of me, but I have not heard both of those words, marginal utility or stopgaps, more in this debate than in my whole entire life. I'm sorry if I'm going to tell you that I've talked to real gamers that don't play on PC. No one has used those words. Not even the people that troll me over the last 5 years have used those two words. The PC fans that I've debated up until you have not used those words. So I'm pretty sure
they haven't.
Those two words are not taken into account when choosing what platform I want to buy this holiday season. It's not.
Okay, can I imagine for a moment you don't know the word emotions? Would you still have emotions?
Yes, bro. I would still have emotions, but I know the word emotions.
Of course. That's the same thing here. This is something subconscious, something you don't realize is going on in your head. As I said at the start of this, marginal utility is the real value of an object subjectively to you. It's value.
Okay, then just say value. Why do you have to say marginal utility? Just say
because
temporary value. It's very easy. This is the temporary value of the PS4. Exclusives that loses its value over years after popularity fades. After the hype fades. But you could say that about anything.
Simply because value is an unspecific term that could mean multiple things.
Well, as a gamer, I see value in this box. This box that I didn't even decorate this generation. The value in the box is that I can play games with the people I've connected with over the last generation. And then I can carry my progress with my trophies. I can play games with these people. That is my value. I am now in this ecosystem that wasn't even much of an ecosystem last generation. The reason why I got the PS3 last gen was not because of any of these people that I've now formed relationships with at the end of last gen and the majority of this gen. I got it because of the games. I saw my brother play certain games on a PS2 when I had a PSP, and I said, I want that. I want to have that joy that every Friday he could go to GameStop and there would be a new PS2 game. Most of the time not available on any other platform. I said I wanted that. I wanted to be so overburdened with games that I didn't know what the fuck to do. I knew PlayStation could give me that. I suffered through 2 droughts with Nintendo. One with the original DS and one with the GameCube. That is not something that I wanted as a gamer. I wanted to have a system that always gave me games. Now I have another system very similar to the PS2 that has so many games that I don't know what to fucking do. Many of them this year got delayed, but long story short, I still have others that I didn't play that I now can download and continue playing. So it's giving me games. That is what I really care about when it comes to PlayStation. It gives me games. I can name all the other games I have that are not even in the exclusive folder, like Dragon Quest XI, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, and Monster Hunter World, Kingdom Hearts 3, Persona 5, Neverwinter, that's an MMO, Skyforge, that's also an MMO, Star Ocean, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Final Fantasy 7 Remaster, Neo, which is multi-plat now, Fighting EX Layer, the King of Fighters 14, Brawl Out, Guilty Gear X Third Sign, the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, J-Star Victory Versus Plus, and then my backlog, which contains indies like, the Untitled Goose Game, or Abzu, or The Spirit of the North. I'm a gamer. I play all types of games, not just AAA, but smaller games. Okay, that's what I do. I get the system that's going to have the most games. It doesn't always mean, hey, it's exclusive, but it's going to give me those games as well as the exclusives. It provides great value to me. So, I understand what you're saying. Don't care. Some other gamers might understand what you're saying. Many of them probably don't. Again, they also won't care. There's nothing you can say in this debate or any other discussion that will stop people and make them think this shit's not worth it right now. Let me wait 8 fucking years to buy it at the end of the next generation and be late. Nobody wants to be late. If they have the money to buy it, they're not going to be late. They're going to make a decision. I know I've heard rumors about Nintendo Switch Pro might come up this year. Who knows when it will. But they're going to make a decision to buy one of the big 3 console makers' consoles. It's either going to be a Nintendo Switch Pro, a PS5, or Xbox Series X. They know where the games are. Now, Xbox is suffering because they have no identity. Halo can be played on PC with mods and untapped frame rates, all that other shit. You don't really need an Xbox to enjoy Halo anymore. You don't need an Xbox to enjoy any games that Microsoft makes anymore. So it's going to be hard for people to even buy that system. Whether you're factoring in marginal utility or not, there is no value at face right there. There is nothing to buy the Xbox for outside of the way the interface looks or some sort of Game Pass exclusivity. If it's exclusive to the console version of the Game Pass, I don't know. But it's really hard to sell the Xbox when you don't have exclusives. I mean, it's a prime example that exclusives actually do work. I mean, would you buy an Xbox if you had a PC that could play every game on Xbox? Would you go out and invest in one?
I feel like you've mixed up. The reason why Xbox failed this generation, I think it's this generation, last. I don't know about the generation.
It's this generation, man. It's still current gen. The PS5 hasn't officially been revealed.
Alright, so what was the Xbox that got revealed when the PS4 was revealed?
It was the Xbox One.
Well, the Xbox Stupid happened whenever it did. It had a horrible DRM, it had a extra thing that drove the price up by $100 or something like that.
It had a camera that nobody wanted, and it drove the price up by $100. After a year of failure, they unbundled the system. They took the camera off. They sold it at the same price as the PS4, and they fixed the DRM problem, and then they still didn't sell. Again, I understand the 1 year rough patch, but you got to remember the generation before that, the PS3 came out a year after the 360 that was already cheaper. Tried to sell that console to consumers for $600 with Blu-ray that nobody even knew about, and it still made a comeback. And it was because of the exclusives that it had that nobody else had. The 360 had better features. I could listen to my music easily on the 360. It had a better interface. It had cross game chat, I believe. It had party chat.
It did have.
It had a lot of stuff. Chat. It had a lot of stuff that the PS3 just didn't have and never did have. So long story short, the features didn't matter. Coming out cheaper didn't matter. Coming out a year before didn't matter. It was on top of the world, and every developer wanted to develop for the 360 over the PS3. But the last 4 years of the PS3, I believe from 2009 to 2011, 2012, it was unstoppable. It made a comeback that nobody saw happening, and Xbox was so comfortable with what they did with third-party temporary exclusives that they didn't feel that it was a challenge until it was knocking at their door, and it passed them with 87 million copies sold of the PS3 to date, passing the 360. So again, I understand where you're going. Other people have done that too. The launch was bad, had DRM, it was $100 cheaper, but nothing could have stopped you from making a possible comeback. At least you didn't start a year later. Xbox could have made a comeback. Microsoft had the money. They had the connections. There was nothing that told me that they could have not made a comeback. They didn't have to keep failing. They decided to keep failing.
Well, nobody decides to keep on failing.
Well, when you don't invest in acquiring first-party studios until the last 2 years of the generation, you decided to continue to fail, believing third-party contracts was going to be able to win this generation when it didn't do much for you last generation. No, you did decide to fail. You did not evolve. I mean, again, there are people that make Metroid. It's not always the same maker, but Metroid will never go to another platform. You had to make 2 studios specifically to make nothing but Gears and another studio to make nothing but Halo. They will never make any other game. They have no freedom to make any other game. Those 2 studios were specifically made to make one game. And now those 2 individual games are available on another platform. It devalues the console and the future console. Now that gamers know you don't need to buy that console to have that feature, to play that game on Game Pass, or to play the game outright. You don't have to buy it, and you don't have to subscribe to Game Pass on Xbox One or Xbox Series X to play Halo or Gears. All you need is a PC, and you don't even need to pay for online. Like, look at how much value it is being an Xbox fan on PC compared to being an Xbox fan on a console. It's night and day. I mean, again, Nintendo and PlayStation, they don't seem to have that problem. Now, if they did, then, again, there would be no point in even making the Switch because it wouldn't sell. It's selling because of what you know you can do on it. Yeah, the gimmick is very popular, too. I mean, there was a gimmick for the Wii, which was motion control. The gimmick this time around is a hybrid portable console, which is very interesting. It is not to be taken lightly. But I've been a handheld gamer since the 90s, so it's not a surprise to me. I've played handhelds in many, many different ways that people don't even know. I've played handhelds on TV multiple times using PlayStation handhelds. But I like what Nintendo did. They thought outside the box, and they're giving people games that people would not even play on consoles because they're not made on consoles. I respect what they're doing. In their time of need, when their backs were against the wall and the Wii U completely flopped, they tried harder than they ever did, and they made a successful console that nobody will ever forget. The Switch is going to go down in history as one of the best-selling hybrid consoles ever created. It's past 50 million already. It's probably on its mark to get to 100 million if it ever gets a price cut. I know I'll buy one if it's like $200.
If it's like $200, I'd get one just because I need something on the way to work and stuff like that. But the point is that the way that Xbox did that created a lot of bad favor with people. The thing about the PS3 is that it didn't actively lie to you. It didn't actively get in your way. It didn't have a lot of bad faith with its players and stuff like that. If I remember correctly, the way that they made the oh, excuse me 1 second.
Oh, this fucking game is awesome.
Which game?
The Tokyo Olympics 2020. The reason why I want to get this is because I didn't mind the little Wii Sports, but this is like a much better version of Wii Sports.
Yo,
And,
you know what my bad, go ahead.
yeah, and I was like, it's a lot of fucking customizations and no microtransactions. And I've been playing three different types of betas. Three different types of demos that you can only get in a Japanese PlayStation Store. But God, they're fucking detailed. They still allow you to create your character. Man, a lot of detail, man. Just a lot.
So it's like Wii Sports.
It's like Wii Sports, but it has all the Olympic sports. So it's gonna have basketball. It's gonna have
Wii Sports.
Yeah, it's gonna have basketball, boxing, the ones I care about. It's gonna have like karate or something like that. But it has all the other ones like swimming and track and field, shit like that. But I'm only gonna buy it for a couple of sports. But that's what I'm trying to explain to this guy. Like, I buy games for what they give me. Like, I'm not just gonna go to another place and just buy the same fucking game. If I already invested in this hardware and it's giving me the same games as everybody else, I could care less. But exclusives do matter.
Yeah, they do.
Because I wouldn't even got the PS4 for multiplat. I would never do that. Like, that's the last thing I'm gonna do.
For me, as long as they have the exclusives, man, I'll always stay content with them.
Exactly, man.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they can still make mistakes like everybody else. I understand that. I'm not saying they're perfect, but as long as they deliver on what I want, that's what I care about the most. And I won't fucking sugarcoat the mistakes that point them out, and I'll say, yeah, that was a mistake. But at the same time, like I said, I just care about I care about what I care about, and that's gaming.
Exactly, man. That's always what it's been about with me, man. Gaming. I got on this YouTube channel posting nothing but gameplay, man, trying to help other people understand that. I know you saw bad things about PS3, but it was a fucking amazing console. And eventually people did see how good the console was. There we go.
I'm playing Sekiro right now.
Amazing, bro. Look, if it wasn't for a console exclusive, that game would never exist. If it wasn't for Demon Souls, Sekiro would have never been created, man.
Yep.
It was the popularity of that fucking game, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Bloodborne better.
Oh yeah, I know, but Bloodborne wouldn't have been created if it wasn't for Demon Souls.
Oh yeah. I know. No, that's what I said. I said about Bloodborne too, but I was talking about like versus Sekiro. I like Bloodborne.
Oh hell yeah. I like being able to play with friends, man. Like Sekiro, don't get me wrong, it's what it is. It's supposed to be challenging for you as a single player gamer, but damn, man, sometimes you really need a fucking friend to play to fight those bosses, man.
Yeah, no, there's two bosses, but it's really only one that I'm worried about. Oh, the headless boss in Sekiro, that motherfucker, man.
Oh, the one with the ape.
Yeah, bro, the fucking purple sword. Bro, I tried to kill this dude like at least 2 or 3 times just to try it. Like I only prepared myself to kill him 1 time. So that means, in other words, I only got the stuff that I needed to kill him once. So the other times I was just fucking around just to see what his weaknesses were and shit. But yo, this nigga, bro, kills me fast as shit. I can't do anything. Like, at the most, I'll take down 1 bar, and then after that, I wasted all my materials and everything, and I'm dead. It's just crazy. Yo, Jay.
Yeah, what's up?
Yo, spoiler alert for everybody in the chat. Spoiler alert about Sekiro's boss. You beat Sekiro's.
Hell no. I fucking
No?
stopped playing that. I said, fuck that shit. I do not.
stop.
No, bro. I did not need that headache. I was like, nah, man.
Nah, I
was
bought this
good.
shit, so I'm gonna beat it, bro. That's the way I think about it. Like, if I bought it, like, don't get me mad.
I didn't
I'll
buy
get
that.
mad.
No, Sam got that, and I downloaded it, and I played a little bit, and I was like, nah, man. I can't do this headache, man. And I know I dodged a good bullet because so many people talked about that fucking headache. Like,
Yeah,
oh
this
my god.
I'm not even. I don't even think I'm at the hardest boss yet, bro. And I'm getting my ass kicked badly, and I'm not even at the final boss yet. And I'm pretty good at these type of games too. Like I played, Bloodborne. Like, yo, a weird relationship. I'll just give you the quick version and shit. I played most of Bloodborne solo. Like when I this time I think I was only one boss off from beating the game or something, and I didn't trade it in, and I never realized I was like one or two bosses away from beating it. I didn't know because back then I never played a Souls game before, so I didn't know. But and I was a lot younger. But the thing was, yeah, bro, fucking, where the fuck was I going with this? Fucking, yeah. Let me think. Hold on. These fucking dickheads in this game. Nah, but yeah, I played most of like the story basically by myself, and I didn't even know that you can invite people into the game till like I was like way after time. So I did my second or third playthrough of the game. I didn't even know that you could, and just when I mean by second playthrough, I don't mean I beat the game. I mean I stopped playing it because I just told you I traded in and shit. It's a long story. Yeah, I downloaded it again or whatever, and I played solo, so like I'm used to these type of games. But this shit right here, bro, it's hard. Can't lie.
Yeah,
Like I'd rather play Bloodborne than play this shit, to be honest with you. Like the more I play this game, there's like, all right, right now I'm enjoying myself because I got to the good part of the game, but the good part, I gotta fight this fucking motherfucker that I just keep on dying. And then there's this other dude, right, that I'm preparing to kill him. It's weird. You could prepare by like killing niggas and shit, and leveling up and grabbing buffs and shit. With this shit, it's like, bro, you have to grind your fucking ass off just to get and shit. And
is the
bro,
guy back for the debate?
I don't even know. Yo, are you
been
back
here for a while?
Oh, my bad. All right, go ahead. I thought y'all was done already. That's why,
Nah, he left. He left, and then.
I had some IRL bullshit to deal with.
Okay, that's cool.
Where was I?
I
thought you was done.
Started playing the game. This shit's dope, man.
Yeah.
Okay, ability type.
This fucking game is a pain in the ass.
So, if you two want to go play fucking Bloodborne or whatever.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I'm just playing this Tokyo 2020 demo. Let's see. Speed.
Oh, get going then, because I got games to play.
Okay, man. Well, this was nice.
I have it was fun. It's fun for me. I hope it was fun for you at least.
Yep.
All right, that's good.
My headset died. What happened?
We're done the debate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yo, who's trying to hop on Bloodborne with me then?
Tell me how that shit works, man. Cause I remember they had that thing where you had to be a certain level above or lower.
No, it's
I know they changed it, so.
Yeah, it adjusts. So let's say if I'm at level 30, if I invite you in, you'll become level 30. So even if you're level, it will adjust it back to you. But here's the thing, it'll make you keep your same weapons. So you could keep your weapon. So in other words, we could both be level 30, but you could still be a lot stronger than me due to your weapons and due to your armor and shit. Because the armor and the weapons have certain effects like poison resistance and all this other bullshit. And then the DLC weapons. I haven't even beat the DLC yet. That's what I'm actually trying to do soon. I want to do it with somebody. I might do it with my boy Moonlit, but I want one more person to join us.
I can't do the DLC until I finish the story again, because I have to get to a certain part in order to get that gravestone. But I beat the DLC already.
Oh, you did?
I just can't. I gotta beat a portion of the single player in order to get, because I'm on New Game Plus Part 2 or some shit. I don't know. Part
damn.
3. Like I've beaten the game like 2-3 times now.
Wait, how the fuck you beat Bloodborne but you didn't beat Sekiro?
Oh no, because I could care less about Sekiro. Like I didn't play Dark Souls either. I don't play Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3, bro.
Oh yeah, I haven't got a chance to play all of them. I think I beat one of the Dark Souls, but it's just I didn't get a chance to beat all of them because they're in my backlog. Like I downloaded them and I bought them and everything. It's just I work a lot and shit, so that's why I didn't get a chance to play it yet. But nah, I'm saying it's the game of the year. Should at least give it the benefit of the doubt. You feel me?
Yeah, I tried. I was like, nah,
He's like,
bro,
nigga, that game's bullshit.
I saw kids move and other people play it. I was like, I don't want that headache. I'm all right. I need to see if I can delete Adam though. See what we can do with that.
Well, let me know if any of y'all want to play Bloodborne in a little bit, because I haven't played that game in a while. I've been thinking about it. This game makes me think about that game. I'm like, you know what? This shit's like kind of unnecessary hard. It's in a way, it's kind of true. I feel what you're saying. It is unnecessarily hard in certain parts because it's like, if this was alright, so we know about Souls, at least Bloodborne, right? We know a little bit. If a nigga never played Bloodborne or Dark Souls and they come into this game, do you realize how hard that's gonna be for a new person, bro?
Like you guys done?
Yeah, we're done. I'm playing this demo real quick. Want to show people?
Cool. Just a split second, Jay. Just 1 second. PC2. Yeah, you're speaking to Adam Moore here. I just want you to understand one thing. Throughout the whole fucking debate, I've been seeing you pop in so many fucking comments about frame rates, pixels, all this bullshit master race PC fuckery. And you're telling me that you're not talking about this sort of shit when I've been seeing you fucking post this crap over and over again. You've been doing this for the past few fucking podcasts, and we've allowed you for the past few podcasts to keep going because we don't want to fucking get rid of you. Right, well, I could give this guy a chance, right? I'm getting to the extent right now where I think it'll be... I'm getting to... Well, actually, I am definitely at that point where I feel like we should fucking just kick you out. Because you're not fucking proving anything. It's to me, it's as simple as this. You need a fucking friend to talk to. So you're here. That's why you're here. You want to stir some shit up. You're a piece of shit. With a fucking wooden spoon stirring a fucking pot. When it comes to Steam services, it is the basic fucking information that they are undercutting devs for the past fucking 5 to 7 to 8, how many fucking years, right? The reason why Epic Games are doing what they're doing is, yes, because of popularity, because they're obviously the competition, of course. The main reason why, is also to do with the factors of they want to stop Steam from doing this bullshit. That's why they are also grabbing things for exclusivity, to stop Steam from doing it. And they are, funny enough, budging that gap for fucking Steam. And the bottom line of the PlayStation Store, is that PlayStation, yes, they do the standard 30%. Of course they do. That is facts. But the fact of the matter is, they also do third-party dealings, and also they own most of the fucking studios, which they then give a higher percentage behind that fucking percentage of the PS Store. So 30% plus an additional 15 to 20%, that's more than, or over half, compared to Steam. So don't come and talk this bibbidi-bobbidi bullshit about how Steam is still doing the fucking standard. Fucking piece of shit.
Damn, he's going off.
No, because that's the thing about PC fucking fanboys like this, talking about how Steam and all that bits and bobs and this crap like that. Steam have been robbing devs for fucking years now. Years.
So, Adam,
Epic,
I know you know your shit. I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's just to say, look, Epic Games are doing it right. That's why you're getting Epic Games doing their thing, right? Then you've got EA doing the same thing, right? Then you've got Ubisoft that are starting to do it. Then you've got Rockstar Games. Explain to me that then. Explain to me why they are also doing it. Because they want to give they want to get the full cut of the percentage.
Exactly.
Even CD Projekt Red, they're doing the exact same thing.
Fuck.
CD Projekt Red are doing the exact same fucking thing. They're going to be doing the exact same fucking thing. So don't start starting this bullcrap. Gabe, here's the thing with the aspects of Steam, right? And Valve. Valve used to make fucking games, good games, right? They've only just started clicking onto the aspects of, oh wait, we should go back to making games. That's why they're making Half-Life Alyx, because they understand that there's a gap to be bridged there. They also understand that they also understand that they're going to be, configurating to make other games besides that. Obviously not Left 4 Dead 3, because that's being debunked, but maybe a future Half-Life title if Alyx responds in the way that they want it to, which is good on Valve's part, because back then, that was when PC gaming was actually fucking reliable and actually good. PC gaming right now is based on the factors of indie games and that alone. Your third-party games, third-party games, should I say, PlayStation people, Xbox people, Nintendo people can gladly play those games with the fucking frame rates they have or the pixels they have. We don't give a fuck about how they fucking run. If that is the most majority of the case, then why the fuck did God of War 2018 win Game of the Year so many times? Why did Last of Us win Game of the Year so many times at 30 frames a second? Because it didn't really fucking matter, PC2. You piece of fucking shit. I would gladly ask you to come into this fucking Discord so I can just rip your fucking skin off your body. Because that's what you are. Just another fucking PC fanboy that says, oh, I'm not a part of that, oh, this and that. Shut the fuck up.
Get him, Adam.
Stop playing the two-sided fucking coin and fucking show your true colours, you piece of crap. Get sick and tired of these fucking idiots. Live behind a fucking PC screen. I'd love to meet this piece of shit and show him who the fuck I really am. Seriously, man. See, I mean, look at this. You would write your role play on a PowerPoint slideshow. Gladly, mate. Gladly. Congratulations. I never said anything about power. Bullshit. Go scroll fucking up. Go and, better yet, how about you send me your Twitter and I will take every individual picture and send it right to your smug face. Don't fucking act stupid, you piece of shit. Fucking hell, man. You would think PC gamers are smart and they act smart, but you know what? They're actually truly, not all of them, but this one in particular, is a fucking dumbass.
I love this shit so much right now.
That basically resides in the Special Olympics. Da-da-dum, gold medal.
Adam going off, bro.
I will gladly go off on a PC gamer because they do not fucking threaten me. I would gladly. If they're like this, Jay, I would easily rip into them.
I just wanted to know what your thoughts on like this guy talking about this value.
Yeah, it's funny to me. It's funny to me. So I'm playing Uncharted 4, right? And I'm just seeing this yellow fucking dot all the time. All the fucking time. And I see Jamar Bates is just ignoring him. Everyone's ignoring him. And he's just like talking to some people in the chat. And some of them are just ignoring him. He's just a fucking...
And look, that's what people should do, bro. He's going to get blocked soon. He's going to get blocked. I've challenged you to a debate, and you actually didn't debate. I've debated over...
Like, he says to me, why am I getting angry? Because the fact of the matter is, mate, I fucking allowed you. Last time we had, Monday, actually. It was Monday. Jamar Bates, loads of people were asking me, should I block him? Should I get rid of him? I said, no, keep him around. You should be thankful for why the fuck I kept you in here. You're asking me these stupid-ass questions. Really? Really? Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck me, man.
Well, look, Adam, I want you to understand that you're doing a great job and you still suck ass, but...
Oh, bro, like, I didn't listen to the debate, but, like, I talked to a few people in the fucking, chat all the time.
Yeah, but look, the guy, like I was telling him, bro, it's nothing... I don't know if it ended in a stalemate.
I don't know what it is. Again, it's just a sense of like, listen. Look, we buy God of War, we buy Uncharted, we buy this and that, whatever a game may be. We play them at 30 frames, 60 frames, 1080p, 720p. We don't give a fuck about that narrative.
That's what I'm talking
at all. And then it's just the aspect of hearing more PC gamers point fingers and go, "Oh yeah, we play." It's like, and so, like. if that is the case, if it's a PowerPoint slideshow, then why are they winning awards? Because if that was a sense, they would have been declined that through the reviews, but they didn't because that didn't fucking matter. Oh wait, that's true, huh?
Exactly, bro. The reviews.
The only fucking smart thing that this guy said, the only smart thing this guy's mentioned is just what he said now. Frame rate over graphics. That's the only thing I could technically agree with him on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But this is what I was telling Sam, and I wish we could have
fucking
talked a
headache.
little bit more. I don't know where Sam is, but Sam was agreeing, bro. The narrative is going to have to change to something else because you know the PS5 is going to do more 60 frames per second games. First of all, Call of Duty and Battlefield were 60 frames, right? Sam? I mean, Adam? Wasn't Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Killzone multiplayer, they were all 60 frames out the gate in 2013. So I'm trying to figure out where this all your games are 30 frames per second narrative is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had about 2 games out of the 3 that were 60 frames in 2013, and they were 60 frames, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, does anybody know the final boss in Sekiro?
Hell no.
No.
Adam might know.
What's that?
Alright, spoiler alert. Alright, does anybody know the final, fucking bitch. Alright, does anybody know what it is?
I don't know, but my ass about to lay down in the bed. I've been sitting in the fucking chair all day, man.
What is feeling wants to ask?
Fuck, I died. The final boss in Sekiro?
Yeah, what about it?
What is it? What is it called? Is it Kenshiro? Is it the nigga that cut my arm off?
Well, there's 4 endings to the game, but there's 2 ways of going about it. You got one ending which gives you.
But are one of the endings?
There's one ending that gives you Aishin. Jinchuro and Aishin, which is where you fight Jinchuro in the Jinchuro, whatever the fucking name is, at the beginning.
I'm killing him right now. Well, I'm attacking him right now.
Yeah, that part there. And then also there's another part where you fight Aishin, but then there's a woman before him. That ending is where you where you got to go. You got to go to the top of the tower.
Yeah.
To face them.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm at the top of so after I defeat him, this is basically technically one ending. So this could be like I beat the game when I beat him.
So who are you facing? Aishin?
Sheen, yeah.
Yes, that's one ending. The other ending is kind of like Bloodborne, where, you know, in Bloodborne you had to kill the guy, was it, I fucking forgot his name now, the first hunter. Right at the end, you had to kill him, right? And then you had to succumb to him, and then also you had to reject that. But then also there was that third ending where you had to use the biblical chords to then fight the thing after it. It's kind of like that. Like there's 3 endings on one of the parts.
Okay. No, as long as I just wanted to know if this was an ending, a possible ending, because if it is, then I could say
that is a possible. Yeah, that's a possible ending.
Good. Because then as soon as I beat this motherfucker, I probably won't play this game that much anymore. Honestly, because it's not gonna be. It's probably gonna take me a grip to kill. I'm barely strong enough to actually beat him right now. Barely. Like I'm at the very borderline.
You fight the other bosses, mate.
Oh no, I have, but nigga, I can't defeat the other ones. They're harder than him. That the headless guy. The headless guy is harder than this dude.
Which headless guy though? There's like 3.
I don't know. Both of them. I feel like they're way harder than this dude. Cause dude, all right. So I was so weak. I only had 3 prayer beads. 3, right?
Yeah.
And I was able to defeat him and I was able to kill both of his lives and get him to the Thunder Guard shit. And I killed half of his health. And it was a quarter of his health. I almost beat him, and I wasn't even strong enough to almost beat him, and I almost beat him. Now I'm at 4, so now I can beat him. I think.
Hold on. I just wanna say something real quick, buddy.
Yeah.
Not you. Just you. Hold on, Adam. Hold on. PC2. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to accept this debate. Come into the Discord and talk that shit. If you don't do it in the next 2 minutes,
then you're a bitch.
You're getting blocked. No, you're getting blocked. It's simple as that. We're not gonna have you disrupting the rest of the podcast. I'm allow everybody that's watching, 34 people. I know the number might go down or up. Go vote on the ability of PC2 to remain in this fucking comment section, because to be honest, I can't see other people. I cannot see other people's comments. So you're disrupting the flow of me seeing the people that really want to support this channel and people that want to see me play video games. You're talking about resolution and frame rate.
It's just fine to me, Jay. Again, he's bringing up these narratives of what he perceives you to be, which in this case is just a fucking forte.
What up? Was 4K 60 frames per second? Was that a resolution?
No. What I'm saying is, Jay, you know how, like, again, you talk about port beggars and shit like that. He perceives you in that sort of way. He only thinks you in that sort of way. And again, that is just basically a sense of luring PC gamers to then talk to them in debates.
Yeah, but he's not going to debate because he's a real troll, bro. He's never going to debate.
Jesus.
Okay, Frostbite. He almost out of here. He only got 1 more minute, bro. It's alright.
To be honest, like I said earlier on, man, I let him stay in for Monday. You know, on previous podcast before that, because I was like, no, leave him alone. He's fine. But at this point in time, I honestly do not give a fuck what happens to him.
Look, I just got him to the Thunder God part. Now he's going Super Saiyan. Alright, let's go, bitch.
You know, it's like I said, like, you know, the fact of the matter is, you can talk about PC or bullcrap like that, man, but the fact of the matter is, I'll tell you one fucking factual sense of this. Why do I play video games? Because I like to play video games. Because I love the stories that they tell, I love the gameplay elements that they give us, and so on and so forth. I do not care about, you know, what you have in your fucking rig. I don't care about frames. I don't care about pixels. I do not care about all these other fucking narratives that PC gamers like to fucking point out. Every fucking next gen. And it's also the sense that, you know, it's funny that this always happens, right? There's always a fluctuation when next gen consoles come out. I wonder why. I'm not saying they're not threatened. I'm not saying that they are or are not. But it's just funny to me that, again, you want to prove a point by coming in here, and yet it will still go down the same fucking guidelines as it always has been. It just does. Again, he's for fuck's.
Adam, would you like to block him, or should I?
I see. Here's the thing. I don't know why I can't block him. I just want to say one thing. You say about specs. I've seen you mention fucking some of these specs earlier on, and also scrolling up, I see other things being mentioned. So don't fucking lie. I hate fucking liars. Majorly fucking hate liars.
Just
if you fucked up in, it's a sense of, if someone fucks up in life, or someone I know fucks up in life, tell me. I'll rather them say to me, I fucked up, than lie to me. I seen you talk about specs. No, not the RX 480. I saw you fucking mention other specs earlier on. Don't fucking lie. No, I'm not talking about the RX 480. I'm talking about earlier on. Like, I'm not talking about recently. I'm talking about way fucking ago. Listen, hey, listen. I may be dyslexic, but what do dyslexic people have very well in? Fucking memory. My memory's fucking good, my friend. I fucking remember you talking about fucking.
Damn, this thing is kicking my ass, bro. Fucking bitch. Die.
I know my memory's fucking good, because I went through Resident Evil 2 the other day on hardcore, doing 3 fucking saves.
Oh my god.
I do hardcore difficulty to get S+ rank. I only had 3 saves. I remembered how to do every fucking puzzle in that game without looking up a fucking guide. My memory is like a fucking ticking time bomb. It knows what it fucking needs to do.
Tell him, Adam.
Adam, you have to
out of here.
What? Changing the subject again? What am I changing subject to? I literally said to you that I saw you earlier on talk about fucking, oh my god, PC specs. That was the end of it. I'm not changing the fucking subject. Oh my god, man. Fucking grow up.
Adam, you have to explain to this dude. This dude's just a hater. He don't want to join the Discord. Fuck him. JayTech, block his
No, he's not a hater. He's just a person with fucking wooden straight like to start shit.
JayTech, block his ass because he's scared to get on. Please block him.
Oh my god.
Please block him. He just scared. He don't want to join the Discord.
Right, well, here's the thing, right? If he wants an example, earlier on when we were talking about God of War, we were talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, we were talking about Uncharted, you mentioned the aspects of PC having a better reliability on the frames and the pixels and so on and so forth. I fucking saw you. Now his message has been deleted, which I'm guessing he's been blocked. In that case, thank you very much for fucking blocking me. Bye-bye, good fucking riddance.
Hey, you sound like that Mr. Waffle.
Dude, man, like, listen, I don't want that sort of I don't mind negative. Here's the thing. I don't mind someone giving criticism, and if it's negative criticism, because if the sense of that negative criticism is a positive outlet for me to learn from, I'll be like, okay. But he's not. He's being a stupid piece of shit that is giving off negative vibes in which we don't fucking want. You listen. If there's someone in your life that is a negative fucking pain in your ass, what do? You get rid of them. You move on. You have positive vibes. Who wants a fucking negative piece of shit on your shoulders? Nobody.
I don't think anybody wants shit on their shoulders.
You know what I mean, bro? It's like, yo, we all like good vibes. This guy's coming in here. I see him all the time. He's like, hey, Jay, why do you not like this? Why do you not like that? And it's like, again, it's the sense of he perceives Jay as this.
Oh, I just got kicked in the face.
Person that's like.
What game you playing?
Sekiro. I'm trying to fight the final boss. Motherfucker keeps on going Super Saiyan. He killed me with one electricity strike. I dodged most of them. He only hit me one time. Instant death. Motherfucker.
Oh, I hate that
damn
game.
There were many people like that in my fucking life.
Oh, you beat the game?
Hell no. That game hard.
Damn, yo, just because the game's hard don't mean y'all can't beat it, man. You just gotta put more time into it.
I don't got see, bro. If I do that, then I'm gonna forget about this whole backlog that I wanna get through 20% of all these games.
Yeah, I saw your fucking your file, man. 20%.
You saw my file?
Yo, people. Yeah. Yo, you really do that though? You really only played like 20%.
No, I said I want to finish 20% of the backlog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's a busy year, bro. If I don't finish it now, and bro, I'm gonna be honest. Some games I'm just not gonna play. People try to get me play Call of Duty every year, and I say nah, bro, and I don't play it. So Sekiro is one of those games I play a little bit. It's not for me, bro. I'm not going through that headache.
Well, I mean, Sekiro when it came out, man, it was Sekiro came out when like Devil May Cry 5 came out.
I love Devil May Cry 5.
Was it? It was before. I knew it was before Days Gone.
Oh,
so
killed me.
You had time to play Sekiro, like a amount of time. Nicely, obviously.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah, no, Days Gone. Days Gone.
Oh yeah, Days. Yeah, I really like Days Gone a lot, bro. That game was fucking amazing. Honestly, though, it only has one negative for me. The rest are all positive. To me, it's like a perfect game, except for this one thing, is that those side missions, they made them shits a little bit longer than they should have in terms of like the amount, like the quantity of them. Because I beat the game twice. I beat the game twice, and dude, it took me like 60 hours no, I'm lying. It took me like 30 to 50 hours just to beat it one time. Then I had to do it again, and it took around that same amount of time, even though I was better at the game.
Express though, man. A lot of them were like
no, because I got the platinum, so I had to do all the everything.
what I'm saying is, with Days Gone, like I had the same. The peeve that I had with Days Gone was that a lot of missions were talk to Tucker, then go here, talk to someone else, and then complete the mission. That's it. There wasn't do this or do something. It was always a sense of just go ahead. It's basically a traveling thing. Like I remember there was a mission where, what was it?
I like the story. It could have been better, but I like the story. The story I like.
I think it was Iron Mike. You talk to Iron Mike, and then you go to what's your boy called? Boozer in the farm. You talk to him, and that was the mission. That was it. That literally. They need to. I felt like they needed to do fewer side missions, but give them a sense of like not responsibility, but like cohesiveness with the story.
Yeah, honestly, that is a good idea. They could have given us a few less sides, and they could the map a little bit tighter. So like, you see how big the map was? If the map was a little bit smaller, I wouldn't mind it, honestly. So just a little, not a lot, just a teeny bit smaller and a few less side missions, and then they added more into like the rest of the game. But that was their first time doing a triple A, so they were just trying to make it grand and big. Yeah, but it's like that with studios, because I don't think they had a good scope of that game. Like when they did it, I don't think they were thinking about everything down to the T. I think they were just like, yo, we're gonna make a map world. We're gonna have this. I don't know if they realized the scope.
I feel like
I like the game though a lot.
I do feel that.
Yeah, bro.
I
like the story a lot.
I'm not saying it's under the same sort of line as it, but it kind of felt like to me that they were trying to make sure they didn't go the same route as Order 1886, where they spend too much time on one thing and not enough time on the other.
Oh, that's the people who made that game, huh?
Yeah, I gotta play that Order 18. Niggas have been talking about that game like crazy. It's cheap as shit too. It's cheap as.
I ain't never played that game before. All this, I ain't never played it.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill myself because I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna be able to beat him.
Funny enough,
you should play that Order, bro. It's cheap. You really need. It's cheap. It's short.
I know.
It's cheap and it's short. You should play it, bro.
That's the next game I'm getting.
You need to play that game. I'm telling you, Eddie, you need to play that game, bro. Come on,
I was gonna play.
Generation, it's like 5 years, man. You need to buy that game, bro.
I know.
You need to buy that game, bro. Come on.
Because
that game been like $5 multiple times, bro. You could have been got that game.
I ain't know, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it this week. I'm gonna get it when I get paid. I'm gonna get it,
bro. I think it's what? How much is it? Adam, is like $20.
No, it's way less. Like a couple bucks, bro.
It's $20 on the store, but if you get it somewhere else, it might be a lot.
You can get.
Yeah, I'm going to GameStop,
nigga. Real quick, Eddie.
I'm going to GameStop and I'm buying that shit used.
Yeah, you need to get it.
Yeah, bro.
I think with the Order, man, like the fact. I mean, I don't know how many people in the chat or here played the two God of War games on the PSP, but like that was the reason why they got the. That's the reason why they got the gig for the Order, to make a big AAA game, because those games were really fucking good.
It's sold out right now on Amazon, but they got.
How does this nigga always hit me with that one attack?
Some may even say that before God of War 2018, they were the PSP versions of God of War were some of the best God of War games.
They were, bro. I loved them, bro. They were amazing. Call them Amazing Pack.
Yeah.
But I want to see more. I'm trying to see what new IPs they're gonna be working on. They're supposed to be working on a scary game.
A horror game, yep. I actually have a video on that shit.
JayTech, you heard JayTech?
What you say, buddy?
I heard they working on a scary game.
You said Kojima? You said
Kojima? No.
Yeah,
I think they're saying Kojima and they work on that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything for Ready.
I think Sony acquired Kojima and he's making a horror game.
Yeah, I know that. I already know he's making a horror game. YouTube.
I mean, he's doing research on horror anyway, so.
Yeah, no, he's been throwing out mad hints about it. So like, And not only that, but it was also on another website. But like, yeah, I have it. I have it all in one of my things and shit, and one of my vids and whatnot. And yeah, pretty much, yeah. There's been a lot of chatter about that. He's like, I think Hip Hop Gamer brought some shit up about it too recently. There's mad niggas have been saying.
I saw a lot of people trying. Funny enough, actually, when I saw that, actually, a lot of people trying to
fuck.
Like, I don't know why, but
oh my god, this is annoying.
Twitter. Come on, you stupid fucking computer. Fuck.
I saw. No, I was gonna say on Twitter. I remember I saw a few people on when Hip Hop Gamer mentioned Kojima and stuff like that. I saw a lot of people like say like kind of diminish this news in a sense, like, you know, as if he isn't plausible and shit like that. Like, obviously, I don't think he was trying to say that he was, but the fact of the matter is, what he's saying isn't not like it can't be true.
I believe it could be true. It's just, you know, sometimes it's hard to believe this shit. I mean, it's so many people saying so many things. I'd rather just come the fuck out. Oh, no!
With him saying about the horror game, that shit's definitely for sure true. Because
what the fuck happened?
What's wrong, Jay?
I fucking saved all these I made this new shit for my Twitch, like for the little sections, and that shit did that shit not go through?
Damn, I do a lot of damage actually, so I am strong enough to play better, man.
There you go, man. Fuck.
I know I'm strong enough to kill this dude. What?
YouTube.
I gotta say that I think Kojima will probably make this all comes into contact with you know, PlayStation presumably buying Remedy, House Marquee, and Kojima. Like, those studios I can see being made as acquisitions.
Yeah, it's Remedy.
That they're confirmed, but I can see them becoming like actually be a thing.
How do you block that? Are you serious?
To be honest, I would like to see PlayStation do that actually, because if they did, no offense to Kojima, but they will be able to give. They will not saying they'll hunker him down, but they'll point him in, the right directions of, you know.
Yeah, you talked to me about that before, bro, and I agree. I definitely agree with that. He needs some direction, cause he like a wild fucking animal right now with all that freedom, and it's like you don't want.
It's just the.
No one should have all that power.
I mean, after playing Death Stranding, I said this numerous times. Like, when it comes to Kojima, his storytelling, like, prospects and, you know, that sort of thing, he's good at. Like, obviously, do not cling him down in that notion. But when it comes to the gameplay narrative, just the internal aspects of that sort of thing, I feel like that's where PlayStation need to step in some degree. Or certain people in his group need to step in, because I'm not saying Death Stranding wasn't fun or whatnot, you know, but like it was definitely a different game compared to other games that I've played in the past, which was good. It was a good change of pace. But there was a sense where like you kind of want a bit more than just what he put in the game. So yeah, you know. And he can do it because, again, like, you know, Metal Gear Solid, amazing series of games, and then obviously, you know, Peace Walker. Even Metal Gear Solid 5 as well. Metal Gear Solid 5 was a good game. It's just the aspects of the story which was at fault because, again, he was closed off from people, which kind of sucked. It's kind of like Zack Snyder, or he's like the Zack Snyder of video games. Everyone wants the Kojima cut of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Bro. So I just sliced you. I just literally hit you with my weapon right in your face, and you still attack me. Okay. Okay, just take a knife right across your forehead, and it's all good. Bro, if I can get if I can get him to his Thunder God level without wasting none of my heals, then I can easily beat him. All I gotta do is get him one heal, and that's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
If I save my heals and I get him to his Super Saiyan, he could do whatever the fuck he want. He ain't gonna be doing much. I'll just keep on healing up.
When he goes Super Saiyan, is that when? Wait,
That's literally what it looks like, kind of, because he's Thunder. That's kind of what he looks like, bro. Literally.
Wait, who are you fighting?
One of the bosses, the last one, the one that cut my arm off, that bitch.
Is that the old guy, or is it old Jinchuro?
Yeah, that bitch.
Where are you fighting in, by the way?
I'm fighting in the top of the tower, the ash in the tower.
Oh, sorry. What's great? If you're fighting in the top of the tower, that's not the end of the game.
What? Oh, I had a feeling it wasn't.
Game,
you know why? You know why I knew it wasn't the end of the game, bro? I had a feeling. When you told me, I was like, okay, well, you probably know, but.
Well, that makes more sense that you again you're not as again you haven't probably got a lot of health. You haven't got certain things.
I got seven gourds.
What about your resurrections? How many times can you resurrect?
2.
What is that? 2 2 pink circles, or is that 3?
Yeah, two pink circles.
You can get 3 in the game. So yeah, I think you're I don't know, that part of the game, I don't know if that's halfway or if that's more than halfway.
I think that's more than halfway because I went pretty
halfway.
The bosses that I couldn't
fight.
The bosses that I couldn't kill, bro, if I couldn't kill a boss and I've tried everything and it doesn't work,
the
next spot, and I'll collect all the stuff and just keep on making away. And the bosses I know I can kill, those are the ones I kill. So I'm taking out the easy.
Because the thing is with Sekiro, unlike Bloodborne, is the sense. So with Bloodborne, you can just basically kill enemies and just basically go to your bonfire or whatever, and then just rehash and just keep leveling yourself up. Unlike Sekiro, where you have to kill bosses to get beads to then level up your health.
It's so stupid. Yeah.
So it's a bit more of the sense of focusing on the skill gap than
Yeah, bro. You have to actually be good at this game. Whereas with Bloodborne, you have to be good. You have to be good if you're playing the DLC or if you're playing the harder difficulty. Then you got to be good because it's in Bloodborne where it's you gotta know what the fuck you're doing.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn the game. It's basically that's what it wants you to do.
Yeah, but with this shit, it's you gotta be a real samurai in your. Fuck. I'm over here playing on my damn beanbag. I ain't samurai.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam. Is that Sam I just heard?
Hi,
no, let me go and check his Twitch if he's on Twitch.
Yeah, he might be on Twitch looking at his own neck. Oh, fuck. I'm not.
You be streaming on Twitch, Jay?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
I was just setting up the little panels for my Twitch. I got it off this website again. I was able to customize them. Bro, I mean, this app is really allowing me to transform the whole channel, the whole layout, help other people. I mean, I love this shit, man.
Well, is that the setup with all the boxes?
Yeah, on Twitch, it let people know my YouTube, everything like that.
Oh.
It'll let them go there and shit like
that.
Well,
earlier on, you had your chat and you had your game in a smaller section.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh no.
Oh, you're talking about something different.
From that website, I've got some layouts, but I have to do a little bit more work with those. But they are some. Look, I'll show you one. Right? Let me show you one real quick. Cause they're pretty bare bones. So I would have to enhance the fuck out of that shit, bro. They're so bare bones, man. Bro, when I show you this shit, you look like, what the fuck is going on?
Really, bro? This nigga over here jumping in there like a fucking monkey and shooting bow and arrow. You're a bitch.
It's so fucking bad, Adam. They call it bad long, Adam.
This nigga's a bitch.
Let me go see what's that.
So I'm good enough parry all his shit, right? You know what this bitch does? He keeps on jumping away. He jumps in the air where I can't hit him and shoots me with a bow and arrow. You don't want to fight up and up.
That's Adam's fault right there, buddy.
Well, if you generate enough space away from him, you can block those. Obviously, it does your shit to your posture, but
yeah, but you don't want to give this bitch space because he always using the bow and arrow in the middle, breaks up your pattern. He does it on purpose. So right towards him, or as you try to back up to get. See, he just killed me with the arrow. He does it on purpose. The son of a bitch. Come here, motherfucker. You gonna die now.
I might try to do another overlay, but
I be streaming on Twitch too. Yeah, no. I be streaming on Twitch too.
Where the fuck my overlays are? Oh, there we go.
I was streaming yesterday. I was streaming Sekiro.
Oh no, you stupid fucking thing, bro. Come on, you dumbass fucking computer.
So that's funny enough. I'm actually I'm selling like a shit ton of Blu-rays that I have to actually get Sekiro.
I thought you already had that game.
No, man. Like seriously.
Hey, I'll mail it to you. I'll mail it to you.
I get that game though.
You want it? You want it? I'll mail it to you right after I beat it.
Yeah.
Fuck! The bitch killed me.
Okay, right. Adam. This is one of the setups I created. But I spent more time with the like developing people's logos than like doing some of this other stuff. Like it's the same app that I made the intro for. So it's a very useful app. Like it's like I paid one price, right? And then I got access to all of these customizable things. Like I get to customize what I want. And that's what I like. It's like not just some basic shit. You get to edit it on the site, and then you download it, and then you can use it whenever the fuck you want. So, I'm having a lot of fun with this shit, bro. It's pretty dope.
My ass is too broke. You know what I did, JT? I fucking made like 3 logos, and then I just saved them, and I was like, well, I'll never be able to get them shits, but I have a general idea of what I want it to look like.
I gotta admit, so a lot of people use that format where they put their name up the top like that sort of thing.
Yeah, no.
Alright, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
I don't really like it because it kind of gets in the way of everything.
It's either that or you do if you have a face cam, you like do a smaller sort of one underneath. It's basically it's like minimal, simple and minimal.
Yeah, you know, from software, bro, I don't know, whoever makes the characters, this nigga's an asshole. Straight up asshole. Oh, look at this. Whoever does the AI, you're a dick. Straight up. They probably have game testers play this game, and they make it so hard that they can barely play this shit. Therefore, making it hard. Wow. You're a fucking bitch, bro. Alright. Okay, just kill me.
Isn't it?
Just kill me. Yeah, but it's only this motherfucker that's kind of annoying me and shit. But I'm gonna kill this bitch ass. He's not as hard as the Hellas dude. I'd rather fight this dude than the Hellas motherfuckers with the purple swords. Them niggas are retarded, bro. You can
like I said with from software games, normally before this is a sense of you can again wherever area you're in, you just can kill enemies over and over again to generate like you can level up your power level, your attack, your health, or whatever else there is in the game. Same for Bloodborne, but with this game, they are literally forcing the player to beat bosses to level up.
You literally have to exactly. It's literally ass backwards. So it's like it's not like you can get strong enough so that you'll be able to actually, keep up. You actually have to just beat them, even though all your skills.
I don't know how many bosses you've beat, like how many bosses on the side you've beaten, but there's enough to level you up to the extent where you can beat, you can feel comfortable in beating the next thing?
I'm gonna tell you how many I got right now. I got.
Because at the beginning you've got the ogre guy that's strapped to the like wooden plank which you would have killed.
Right,
You've got the headless. You've got
fuck the headless. The headless is a bitch. I have 4 prayer necklaces.
Man, these people need to cut my lights back on, man. They don't take them that long.
4, 8, 12, 16. I've killed 16 bosses. And I've also killed 2 memories. Ooh, and Lady Butterfly.
Yo, my lights is off, so somebody hit the power line.
Oh shit. That sucks. Especially when you're hearing niggas talk about games.
I'm blaming on Eddie. I'm blaming on Adam on me.
Nah, you gotta blame it on bro, because these niggas are assholes. Fucking bitch! Alright, that's it.
Hold on.
You know what's the thing? I could kill this dude like much easier, but I'm not trying to use any heals or any of my spirit emblems. That's the hard part. Because if I can kill him without none of that, I've done it before, but it takes a long time.
I'm just trying to remember what fucks him up. I don't know. It's not firecrackers.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't use any of those. My goal is to use absolute none and no heals. Just kill him just so much. Because if I can kill him my sword alone, then it doesn't matter how strong he is when he becomes a Super Saiyan. I'll have unlimited heals, attachments, and everything. I'm my shit. Like, I'll be able to. Plus, once he takes off his armor, he becomes weak as shit. You can hit him one time with one normal like attack, and it takes away like 9% of his health, some shit like that with just one normal attack, like 9 or 10% of his health. Not even a super attack.
So what about his posture though? Because again, that's what you should be focused on.
Yeah, his posture's up there though. That's the only thing, and the bitch moves around more. That's the only thing too. Is that he's a little weaker, but he moves around more, so you really got to chase the bitch down. But it's alright. I'm good as long as I could kill him without using my shit. There's also a little bit of strategy involved. Kind of how I use to kill every boss. I use.
Yeah, it's one of these things.
God. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. Bitch. You keep on killing me. I'll kill your ass eventually. Kind of like the aspect though of resurrection, because if you think about it, it's like realistically, if you die in a game, you can't just keep on coming back to life. But with this resurrection shit, actually makes it make sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because another game, you'll just die and you just keep on coming back, and you're like, oh, game.
Well, you've got that the unseen aid, which is not like Bloodborne, where you go back to where you were and you pick up the things that you pick up all your things where you died from. Like that is a 50% chance of you getting your stuff back. If the unseen aid is shit, then you don't get it back. If it's good, then you're alright.
Now my shit's at like 30, I think, but if I die right now, it's gonna go.
I think is it in the sense of I don't know if it's lower, it's good. If it's higher, it's bad. I think it's low. I think if it's lower, it's good.
Hey, Adam, how much is Battlefield 5, man?
Huh?
How much is Battlefield 5? Cause I need to.
I don't know, man.
Bro. I'm so tempted to play this game called DOOM. I never heard of it before.
Dude, this nigga.
I don't fucking core.
That bow and arrow is like a fucking shotgun
I
from
wonder
close
if they
range.
gonna allow me to download Fortnite again. I should stop trying though.
Yo, who's trying to play World War Z? What's the word?
World War? No, I don't have that.
Oh, you gotta get it. I was playing with Sick the other day. That shit's fun when you play with people.
Oh,
you play by.
How much is it, man? I'm telling you, man. My budget for any games right now is like fucking $20, bro.
I'm broke. I can't even buy games right now. I'm broke until the next PlayStation comes out. I'm dead ass serious.
Like, I'm not broke. It's just I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on any games, man. Next gen is like right here.
Exactly.
Every game I pay for gotta be 20 or lower. Unless it's a brand new game, bro. I'm not buying that shit. Like, I'm sorry. Look, I'm looking at Battlefield 5 right now. I think they still want $40 fucking for that shit. That is not happening, bro.
Yeah, Battlefield 5 came out in 2018.
The fuck I'm gonna pay $40 for that game, man? Fuck out of here.
But yeah, don't spend that. Well, it depends. That is well, the year 2 edition gives you everything that they've brought out.
Okay.
It's like a Game of the Year edition. But if I was you, I would just get the normal edition whenever it's on sale, or if you can get it from a shop, you can get it cheap. I know you can.
That's what I'm about to check out.
You're not when it comes to publications. The one publication that will never drop the price of their game is Activision. Sekiro is nearly a year old, and they've never dropped the price to a major extent.
But they're dickheads. Well, at least they'll show you something.
Like for instance, was it Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5?
Yo, but at least it shows them something that after them winning this game for Game of the Year, after them winning, at least it shows they're dumbasses. Something that when you make games from good developers, good single player games that have when they give the right time, the right resources, you're gonna come up with this result. Versus all the
thing, though,
games.
Sekiro,
people are still playing Bloodborne, bro. That game is on another level, bro. I'm telling you, like, people.
I love that game.
It's just crazy. How much was the sales for that, Adam?
What?
Bloodborne. How much did it sell?
Well, how many units?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was like 8 mil, I think, something like that.
No, that's not right, bro. That's not fair.
Bloodborne sell.
I don't know the specifications. Again, you have to double check my math there, but
ask Google.
Ask Google.
They said 2 million as of 2015, but nobody know what. Hold on.
So look.
Yeah,
my favorite RPG game is Kingdoms of Armor. That's my favorite.
The thing is, a lot of PlayStation games, apart from most PlayStation 4 titles, exclusive titles, whatever you want to say. They roughly went over 10 million. Most of them have. There was only like a couple that didn't.
Yeah. Gran Turismo's already at 8 million as of last year, so.
Bro!
I don't know.
God. The way this nigga spams his power moves, bro, is ridiculous. And this bitch keeps on changing his fucking patterns. Whoever created the AI for this dude is a really asshole, straight up. Like, they really sure his patterns change. Like every time you hit him, his patterns change.
You want fucking $40 for the base model? Fuck out of here. Yeah, you better.
So it says here, as of the 2nd of December 2017, Bloodborne sold 2.92 million copies worldwide. So I'll probably say roughly maybe either. See, the thing is, I think it's roughly. It must be over like 3 million there. But the thing is, you've got to think about the PlayStation Plus because they gave that shit for free.
Okay, Adam. Battlefield 5 on Amazon is $22. Is it worth it?
There you go.
Get it?
I think it's also the sense that Bloodborne. It was a.
I thought you been got that game.
Bloodborne 2. Sorry, Bloodborne got this. Bloodborne did get received really well, but it was one of those early games where most people probably didn't buy it.
Get my power back on. I'm playing that next.
I'm buying that. Buying it, Adam. Battlefield
Let's get it.
5. I just got it on Amazon for $22. It's coming in tomorrow.
I'm pissed the fuck off. I can't play my damn game.
Oh. I know. That's what I was saying. I was like, it sucks. I know you hear us. Fuck, and this motherfucker was fucking bitch arrow. Fucking come at me up.
Fucking Bloodborne.
Alright, let's go. Let's get it.
Say, y'all think Bloodborne 2 coming out, JTech?
Not anytime soon, but yeah. I don't think it's gonna be called Bloodborne 2. Like, this developer, if he has the freedom, he doesn't like to keep making sequels, bro. Like, if He likes every game he's made when he had the freedom. It was called something different, like Demon Souls,
Well,
Bloodborne.
he doesn't like making sequels, but he will pass them on.
Yeah, he will pass them on. Like, so I don't think it's gonna be called. Everybody waiting for Bloodborne 2. It's probably gonna be named something else, man.
This I'm confused. Okay,
well, it's like I said, Jay. Like with Bloodborne, the sad truth about Bloodborne was that it got received very well. A lot of people, that played like IGN and all that bits and bobs, like loved the game. But the thing is that not a lot of people bought it at that time because it was in 2014. So like not a lot of people had, got a PlayStation at that time, or one. Well, actually, no, that's wrong. They just didn't want to buy that game. It was for a specific audience, wasn't it? But
yeah,
really, that game. The thing is, the way people talk about it, it sounds like it like more than like 4 million, more than what it sold have played it. Way more.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. It's gotta be like fucking anywhere between 5 or more million, bro. It's no way it's still at 2-something million. That was as of 2000. Like
it might be at 4 million, something like that. Yeah. But like I think with it being on PlayStation Plus, it might have stopped. Stopped going up
last
of that.
year, the year before last. Or last year. I think it was last year.
It was in...
Hey, JayTech, can I ask you a question? Adam?
Bloodborne was free in Plus. I think it was in 2018.
Yeah, Addy, ask us a question, Addy.
Who made Demon Souls?
The same people.
From software, yeah.
Okay, so
but they had other people too. They had like a small little team of other people.
So why the other who doing the remaster? Who doing the remake?
Nobody knows because we don't know if it's really happening.
Like, supposedly Bluepoint. Supposedly that's the rumor.
So why Bluepoint making the remaster? But
because those people specialize in doing good remasters. They did the Uncharted Collection remaster and they did the Shadow of Colossus remaster. So they have special skills to do remasters compared to other developers who want to work on new games.
The thing is, though, the benchmark between Uncharted Collection and Shadow is a massive jump because, like, thinking about it, when you play Shadow Colossus compared to the Uncharted Collection, like, graphically, visually, for like the aspects of like the PS3 HD remake or the PS2, massively different, way different. So they have I'm not saying they Shadow Colossus was like a remake, but it kind of felt like it. Just the extent of like how it looked. That's why I feel like. Again, because they're talking about the next title being more ambitious than anything they've done before. If that's the case, I don't know how that could be a remaster of an old game. I feel like it must be like either like an actual IP.
What if it was a reimagining, like God,
or like an actual remake, like Resident Evil 2? Like they do like a remake of Demon Souls, don't they?
No, but I'm saying, what if Demon Souls like a remake of towards like the God of War type level from like the God of War?
I don't know.
That would be crazy though, wouldn't it?
It would be crazy, yeah. That's if they. I mean, again, it's in the sense of well.
Bitch. You know what? That's it, motherfucker. I'm gonna start playing games with you, bro. Come on, let's go. I'm trying to play nice. That's it. You won't die today.
But I'm just saying though. But I thought the people who made the first one, Demon Souls, they want to do a remake, but. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, so I thought they was gonna do the remake. They made the first one. Demon Souls. But man, my papa need to come back home.
This nigga's attacks are always faster than. Why is his attack so much faster than mine? I don't understand that.
Cause he a master. That's why.
Yeah, but his attack should be stronger, not faster. How are they gonna be stronger and faster? It's a huge
My parents will
disadvantage.
buy me a Nintendo Switch, man. I need to go get one. Yeah. But I see. I ain't never beat the game. I bought the game. I ain't beat the game yet.
Which one?
The game you playing now, I beat.
Oh,
I bought.
Sekiro.
Yeah, I bought it.
I think you can invite people in this bitch to help you too, like Bloodborne. But I haven't even done that shit yet.
You can do that for real?
Yeah, that's what I have it. It's called the. Okay, great. I know. Glory of the fucking asshole developer that made your fucking AI, you piece of shit. I might need some more items. If I had some ash in my hand, I could throw it at him. Just keep on spamming him. All right, gotta think about this. You know what? I'll just use some sugar. That's what I'll use to speed it up, so I stand a better chance of surviving. I'll use 4, and that's it. After that, I stop. Another thing I don't like. There's one thing. There's one thing I don't like about. Well, another thing. One thing about this game. I'm getting all fucked up with my words. Is that it's way too hard to get items in this game. That's the thing. Like they should have made that shit a little bit easier. And the items don't even last for that long.
Well, yeah, because again, they're more consumable type things than like lasting things.
Yeah, man. But I feel like I don't know. For some reason, the buffs in Bloodborne. You know why they probably feel more effective? Because there's certain buffs that actually do extra damage depending on what enemy you're hitting them with. That's probably why.
Well, it's either that, or again, like the buffs that you implement in Bloodborne. Again, you have a power. You can rank up a certain segment of your character, which allows the buffs to be more stronger.
That as well, but it's not even just the upgrading. Because I knew people was gonna say that, and that's why I didn't mention it. Because if you mention the upgrading, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, you like that game because it might be easier in a certain way," and I'm like, "No, that's not why." It's just certain aspects like the buffs. The buffs in this game, bro, they don't work the way the buffs in Bloodborne work. Like,
Yeah, Bloodborne. I mean, Bloodborne was technically easy in some sense because, like, you can get your own. You can get your friends in there.
no, you can get your friends in here too.
No. Well, not in Sekiro.
Yeah, you can.
Really?
I think so. Oh yeah. I mean, I have something that says I can call somebody. It's like a bell. I looked at it. I didn't even know I had though. Maybe they just put it in.
No, that's to do with the difficulty mode. You'll get basically there'll be a part in the game where you can ring a bell, which basically puts the game on hard mode and makes it a bit more difficult.
No, not that. I know
that's a part of one of the endings you have to do. You have to ring this bell, and it will give you like some sinful act or some shit like that.
Where is
embroidered bell. I don't forget what it's called.
I have enough to upgrade. All I need is some money, and I could probably upgrade. What is it called? Where is it?
I'm definitely sure you can't invite your friends because but like loads of people I watch play that game were like, I can't invite a friend. It's like, nope.
Sure. Damn, I could have sworn. Maybe it was that.
I mean, you have got friendly AIs in the game at some degree.
Nah, them bitches. You know, that's another thing. They should be more of those. You're right. We have one, but there should be a lot more. Cause nigga, I killed 16. I killed 16 bosses. I've only had one AI ever help me, and that nigga died pretty fast. Like the fuck, and Bloodborne, there were at least 2 or 3. You know what I mean? There was at least a variety, and they were different. Like they had different skill sets.
A lot of people. It's funny because, well, I mean, obviously Sekiro would sell more than Bloodborne because it's on mobile, it is on more platforms, but also in the sense that that game when it came out, the way it was covered was just ridiculous because everyone kept on stating the factors of it's being, it's too hard of a game, which played in its favor because more people just went out and bought it.
Yeah, bought it what? To stare at the fucking disc? Some niggas better beat the shit if you bought it.
Some shit.
I don't know. Like, it's different if you buy it and you don't like it, then that's one thing. But if you buy it and like you like it, then you better finish that.
I think I know at least 7 people that bought Sekiro, played it for probably like a week or 2 maybe, and sold the game or have kept the game but just haven't gone back to it because it's too hard.
Yeah, it is hard. It's not even just about the game aspect. Like, oh, beat the game, you're a gamer. It's that you paid money for this shit. Like, you don't want to waste your damn money. No. Fuck it, bitch. Yeah, you know what? This nigga is such an asshole. As soon as your health gets low, he bum rushes you on purpose. Like, you're definitely a bitch. Yeah, you're a fucking bitch altogether, bro. This nigga wants to bum. If I was using my...
There's a probably wonders if that fucking PC2 guy's make another account to jump back in. He probably will do.
Eat a dick. Son of a bitch. Can't use any heals. This nigga does a lot of cheap shots too. Huh, got you. No! Block and run. Block and run. Of course not. Bro, what is that? Oh my god.
100%. I mean, Minnesota's weak, bro. I've seen so much worse. This is weak. I can't even hear this, but yeah, they get laced up.
This nigga, bro, is annoying.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my code. He says he's got one, so I should be getting one tomorrow.
Bro, but boss, then who's the final boss? You said it was
It's a new game. I forgot who it's by though. It's by the ex-Halo devs, Disintegration. Hopefully I get a code tomorrow.
Who's the final boss? This nigga isn't, bro. Because if the final boss is a lot harder than this nigga, bro, this is gonna take a long time. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to counter all his shit perfect, bro, in order to kill him. Everything.
Game's all here.
Yes. Get him. Get him. Really?
I just saw the chat.
What are they saying?
No, it's just Jamar. Jamar Bates, get Bloodborne, man. Sorry, not Bloodborne, sorry, Hellblade.
You know what? I have Hellblade, and I still haven't been able to beat that game, bro. I'm stuck at a puzzle, bro. I'm dead. I don't know if the game glitched out on my shit, but I'm stuck at a puzzle, and I cannot. I looked it up on YouTube. I literally had to resort to that, and I still couldn't find it, bro. So I don't know if my game is defective or something. The puzzle doesn't work. Literally, there's a part that I'm stuck at. The puzzle's not working. I can't progress.
Should be able to.
I tried, bro. I've literally already tried like 5 times. I went back to it, stayed another couple of hours, left, went back to it, looked up a YouTube video, couldn't. Like 5 times already. I'm still gonna beat it one day. I just don't know what the fuck is going on with that shit.
No, it shouldn't be anything wrong with the game. Like it's definitely like you can definitely complete the game through and through.
I'm telling you, bro, there's something weird going on with that shit. I looked it up. And I've tried a lot. Like I've tried not once, twice. I've tried 9 times.
It should be alright, man.
I gotta beat it before. I've been trying to beat it. I bought the game a long time ago. I kept on trying to pass that puzzle.
It's on the. I know it's on the store for dead ass cheap. Over here it's like £10. Something. No, that's a good game. That was a good game. Ninja Fury. Plus, it's short as well. So I think it's like 8 or 10 hours. I think the game is nice, small game. Does what you have to do.
Bro, do you have to be a bitch with that bow and arrow? Do you really have to be that big of a bitch, bro? Why you can't just use your fucking sword?
That's why I like the fact that Ninja Fury are continuing smaller story games going into this partnership with Xbox, and then later on do a bigger title, because I just don't see them going straight into like a bigger title like off the rip. I feel like they'll benefit more if they do a smaller one or smaller projects.
And you ain't getting no cheap shot here. Your shit. Except that. Whew. Take that. Oh, I almost beat him, y'all. Don't die today, you bitch ass. Really? Oh, now he's starting with his shit. Bro, why do you get to use that same move? Of course. Stop stealing my fucking moves. Die, you fucking cunt. Got him. Lay down, bitch. You said you're not finished yet? Of course you're not. You bitch. Why would you be finished yet? But you are a bitch. Yo, you know that? Yo, you attack him twice, and you have to like you end up like, what is it, like a swirl attack or whirl attack?
Yeah.
And even if he blocks it, he takes damage. I've literally just been hitting him like 100 times with that shit till his health goes down.
Was that your attack or his?
No, that's my attack. And even if he blocks it, he takes damage. But it takes so long to get his health down. But that's the only way I found that I can kill him.
Because also you got the Mariki counter as well, where like if enemies do thrust forward, that's where you can build up the posture system more if you hit that right.
No, I hit it twice. That's actually why I just killed him his first life, but that's why I killed his first life. I did it like 2 or 3 times.
That's where the game literally it forces you into having to learn like those sort of things. Whereas in previous games like Bloodborne and Dark Souls, you can learn or you can just level yourself up to the extent where like you're just too powerful for that area.
Oh, I didn't die, not yet.
Which I actually liked, because again it builds a bit of flexibility with Bloodborne as a game and Dark Souls.
Come on, bro, that's fucking bullshit. I hit you first. Alright, me and him are up to we're 1-1. We're 1-1 right now.
Well, that's the only thing. Like, I mean, out of the games that are going to end, I mean, that's pretty much the only game that I'm a bit, you know what I mean? Like, fuck off, Samaric. I heard that. Just on the fucking chat, you piece of shit.
Ooh, somebody's getting weak. Ooh, somebody's losing their health.
Me in my ass. Yeah, throw to me, flop your ass.
Whoo! Get it. You fucking bitch. Fuck your mother. I gotta relax, I know, but this dude's annoying. You mother. How many times I gotta hit you, my guy? How many times? This nigga has bulletproof armor, bro. Shit. No, I just killed myself. Fuck. That was my fault.
Is he talking, by the way?
No, I just killed myself.
It's weird.
Somebody's watching the stream.
No, well, yeah, I just unmuted it just briefly.
Or whoever's watching the stream, you gotta help me. I mean, not even this game. It's this motherfucker. Man. You know what these games remind me of? Those old school games back in the day, bro. Where them shits were like so fucking hard that you had to play them shits for like forever just to beat it.
That's why.
Them arcade games. You know what I mean? Like the arcade games. That's what this reminds me of, like arcade games.
That's the thing. Last generation, before the whole Bloodborne, so Demon Souls and Dark Souls aspect, like you list off like games that were actually hard, like they were actually a challenge. Like there wasn't a lot. You had to play the hardcore difficulties for certain games to get some sort of challenge. Whereas, when it comes to right now, what games are difficult? It's always From Software games because they are. That's what they want it to be. You know what I mean?
Surprisingly, Devil May Cry was kind of hard for me, bro.
Yeah, you play at the right difficulties. It is, yeah.
No,
I mean, hard.
Even when I beat it, even when I beat it the first time, the mission that was the hardest.
I played it on I don't know which one it was. I think it was like Devil or Hunter or something. Like I thought that it wasn't like hard, but it was like it was a challenge.
Yo, guys, spoiler alert! I'm talking about the last boss. So if you don't want to hear that, but yeah, the fucking.
You mean Virgil?
Yeah, Virgil, bro, the last boss. That motherfucker, bro. That nigga, bro. Even when I played through my first playthrough, I wasn't as good later. Oh shit! I wasn't as good later on. But even on my first playthrough, bro, that dude was tough.
So playing for it, I mean, like I
liked it though. I like when the fight is really tough, right? But if the bosses in the middle are like extremely tough, as if they were end game bosses, then it's just really annoying. Because then you feel like you beat the fucking game and you realize compared to the last boss.
Whereas like a few weeks ago, I was getting the plat for what was it? Resident Evil 2, and I do it on hardcore as well as get an S rank in standard or hardcore. I end up just doing hardcore and S rank. I thought that was going to be absolutely fucking difficult to do. Turns out it was piss fucking easy.
Oh yeah,
you don't have to fight or you have to kill a shit ton of zombies. You can run past every zombie in that game and have no worries, and then literally save up all your ammo for the boss battles, which are roughly there's like 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, what game are you talking about?
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh yeah, yep. I haven't even played. I don't even play those Resident Evils, bro. I haven't played ever. You know what? I think I've only played Resident Evil kid. I played it and I didn't like it. I don't know.
Well, was it before this week? The beginning of this week, shall I say? I did my S plus rank run through, which is do it on hardcore and only save 3 times, and that was actually hard.
Yeah.
It does you really easy, straightforward.
What the fuck? Yo, this nigga has the weirdest attacks, bro.
Yeah, I think it was no S rank. S plus rank is not hard in that game. It's all to do with what you got to do, that passage. They did talk about it. That it's again this thing, right? The gear sets of that is basically it's holding back the next DLC because they want to fix this before they go into that. Because that's the main factor of Division 2 is the gear
It's fucking
set.
cold in my house.
So they're trying to fix that.
I think the heat's broken in my house. Damn.
They did the same thing with Division 1. Had the same problem. The gear sets weren't good enough, so they like waited a few months. Had to delay all the upcoming DLCs, and when that came out, it completely overhauled the game to the extent where it actually became good to play.
Question: what's better, Division 2 or Rainbow Six Siege?
Oh god, I'll say Siege. Yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's get it then. I don't even care about Division after you gave me that answer. Then
I mean, if you said Division 1, I would say Division 1, but like you said Division 2, I was like no.
yeah, Division 1's way too old though. Like, yeah, it's probably a good game and shit, but like,
Yeah.
how old is that game? I don't like playing games that are like to like 12
It's funny
years. Like,
we talk about these two games though, because they both came out roughly around the same time. They were in the same state, and then later on they became good. They got better.
let's go, bitch. That's it. That's it. Let's go.